Yeah. Black man unfiltered network. We ain't here to play nice. We here to flip everything they told you was normal. Hey! Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we flipping tables. Yeah. We breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save it. Yeah. We flipping tables. This that real, no cable. Hey, if it's fake, we unplug it. Welcome to the table. Yeah. I came in the room, they was comfortable, quiet, smiling in your face, but behind it is riot. They told me be calm, but I'm built for the storm. When the truth in the building, you better transform. They don't like a man when he speak with direction. They love you when broken, confused, and correction. But I'm on a mission, I'm changing perception. No filter, no fear, just raw intersection. System designed just to keep you disabled. Mentally trapped, spiritually labeled. I'm cutting the cords, the lies getting fatal. If it ain't the truth, I'm flipping in the table. We flipping tables. Yeah, we breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save you. Yeah, we flipping tables. They said don't question, I said watch me. Too many men out here living sloppy. No guidance, no code, no structure, no lead. Now we wonder why families bleed. This ain't hate, this accountability. Look in the mirror with this vulnerability. Masculine frame with responsibility. That's what they fear, that stability. I'm calling it out, no sugar, no glaze. We breaking these cycles, we shifting in the phase. Legacy built, not lost in the maze. We done being silent, we entering rage.
This ain't just a podcast. It's a movement, it's a reset. If it's built on lies, it gotta fall.
We flipping tables, no fear, no fables. Black men rise, we stable. Now we changing the label. We flipping tables. Truth is non-negotiable. Black man unfiltered. This the voice they ain't controlling. Flipping Tables podcast. Black man unfiltered network. If it don't make you uncomfortable, it ain't real. Yeah. Black man unfiltered network. We ain't here to play nice. We here to flip everything they told you was normal. Hey! Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we flipping tables. Yeah. We breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save it. Yeah. We flipping tables. This that real, no cable. Hey, if it's fake, we unplug it. Welcome to the table. Yeah. I came in the room, they was comfortable, quiet, smiling in your face, but behind it is riot. They told me be calm, but I'm built for the storm. When the truth in the building, you better transform. They don't like a man when he speak with direction. They love you when broken, confused, and correction. But I'm on a mission, I'm changing perception. No filter, no fear, just raw intersection. System designed just to keep you disabled. Mentally trapped, spiritually labeled. I'm cutting the cords, the lies getting fatal. If it ain't the truth, I'm flipping in the table. We flipping tables. Yeah, we breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save you. Yeah, we flipping tables. They said don't question, I said watch me. Too many men out here living sloppy. No guidance, no code, no structure, no lead. Now we wonder why families bleed. This ain't hate, this accountability. Look in the mirror with this vulnerability. Masculine frame with responsibility. That's what they fear, that stability. I'm calling it out, no sugar, no glaze. We breaking these cycles, we shifting in the phase. Legacy built, not lost in the maze. We done being silent, we entering rage.
This ain't just a podcast. It's a movement. It's a reset. if it's built on lies, it gotta fall.
We flipping tables, no fear, no fables. Black men rise, we stable. Now we changing the label. We flipping tables, truth is non-negotiable. Black man unfiltered, this the voice they ain't controlling. Flipping Tables podcast, Black Man Unfiltered Network. If it don't make you uncomfortable, it ain't real.
Yeah. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your host and the creator of this network, BMU, in the building tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, man, listen, I want to give y'all a hand clap of praise this evening for always rocking with your boy. Man, thank y'all so much for being here tonight, man. We got a really, really good show lined up for you guys tonight, and we're going to talk about it tonight. The show tonight is becoming a stepfather the ultimate sign of masculinity? Is becoming a stepfather the ultimate sign of masculinity? Well, yeah, we're going to talk about it tonight. But before we do, I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you for being a part of this show. Guys, if you could hear me, put a 1 in the chat. If you hear me clearly, put a 1 in the chat. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video right now with 2 people you like and 1 person you do not. Okay. 1 person you do not like. All right. Also, when you come in the building, man, the likes are free. The likes are free. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button. They don't take nothing to hit that button. Okay. So again, thank you guys for being here. As you can see, if you want to give to the channel, you can give to the channel. At the bottom of the screen, you will see where you can give a super chat, and then at the Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start. Okay, let's jump right on into this thing. Listen, there are a lot of men out here who are very noble, but I want to start with the inception of stepfathers, if I may. There was a time in the world where a man would meet a woman, and that man and that woman would become intimate, and that woman had children, and the man wanted the woman so bad that he accepted children that were not his. And he would be with that woman, and he would raise those children. Now, this is the time before modern times now. Modern times has changed things, but back in the day, when a man brought a family into his home, he was able to discipline those children. He was able to teach those children. He was able to punish them for wrongdoing. He was able to be a leader in the house. The woman rarely said anything because back in the day, if we talk about it, back in the day, the women respected the men at an all-time high. And now, even when men were married and they were out at war, out of town, the women would stay home and then after midnight get down with other men. And all the children are dark skinned, and there's only one yellow skinned kid. Those fathers didn't complain. They just raised those children. And they whipped those children into submission, those children together. All right. Now, I want to talk about that tonight. I want to talk about how the stepdaddy thing has turned significantly. Black men, if you're listening, clip this. If you're listening to me right now and you're a stepfather, I'm praying for you. because the difference between a stepfather of then and a stepfather of now is that a stepfather now has to worry about baby's father coming to the house, still trying to stroke the girlfriend out or the wife out. Now you also have to worry about the kids being disrespectful because they weren't taught any respect by their mom, or and now you have to deal with you ain't my daddy, and you're paying all the bills and making sure this uh, little troublemaker gets his fees paid for basketball or football or dance. Or um, there's so many different avenues that we can go down with this. Today's stepfather is not yesterday's stepfather. Today's stepfather is not yet the stepfather of yesterday. The stepfather of yesterday was commended on being a man. Today, a stepfather is a trap. Why do you say that, BMU? I'm so glad you asked. Because now you have the modern woman who won't even listen to the black man. Do you think she's going to let you speak any knowledge or discipline into her children if they're not yours? I was listening to a podcast the other day and I heard a young man say, a man ejaculated in a cup, and just go hand it to another man and say, hey, take care of that for me. That's the equivalency of today's stepfather. Stepfather today is a trap. And the reason is because you can't touch the kids. You can't discipline them. You can't give them direction. You can't give them stability. The woman is telling the man, I'm gonna do what I want to do with my child. This is not your child. Find you your child. Talk about your child. Go discipline your child. What man out there wants to deal with that? How many men are out right now at home, sitting in your recliner, listening to a teenager or a young boy or girl disrespect their mother, and ain't nothing you can do about it in your own house, because you know that sex gonna be cut off from you, and she's gonna tell you to mind your damn business while her kids are disrespecting her? Isn't it funny that you people, you men, I'm not gonna say people, you men will continue to be with women who have children that are not yours? I recommend that every man gets with a woman who has no children. If you get with a woman who has no children, then you can start your own tribe and you can raise the tribe in which you see fit. It's already hard enough trying to raise your biological. Can you imagine trying to raise a child that is not yours? Guys, anybody is welcome up on the panel to challenge this thought or agree with this thought. Now, as you look into the chat, you will see, join the show. There is a link there. You can hit that link and come on up here and have this conversation. But I'm here to tell you, tonight, we are going to look at what masculinity is, because now masculinity is defined as a man who is a stepfather. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would you say that, BMU? I'm glad you asked. There's a viral video going around of brother Russell Wilson and his stepson. And Russell Wilson has been praised by the black community, per se, so the women. They love Russ. Every woman wants them a Russ. And what did Russ say? Russ say, this is my child. God has called me to a time such as this to be this little future's daddy. He said, if Joseph could do it for Jesus, I can do it for little future. If Joseph did it for Jesus, I can do it for little future. Well, I hope he's well read in the Bible, because Joseph had a problem with Mary being pregnant and he ain't never hit it. Let me say it again. Joseph had a problem with Mary being pregnant and he knew that it wasn't his. So much so that God sent an angel down to talk to Joseph, to tell Joseph that Mary, who was a virgin, would be with child. Oh, I'm cooking right now. Anybody want to taste it? Because Mary was supposedly a virgin. Immaculate conception. So Joseph took on a child who was given to Mary by God and not by another man. But Joseph had to be told by an angel that showed up while he was asleep. He had to be told, that ain't another man's baby, Joseph. That is the son of man that Mary's carrying, and I need you to understand that. And Joseph said, okay, took a deep breath. But can you imagine what would have happened to old Joe if Mary would have backdoored him? Do we think Joe would have took care of Jesus if Mary had slept with Moses? Listen, the stepfathers of then are not the stepfathers of now. I've seen a lot of men who are looking for clout, who are on these streaming services, commending Russell Wilson for his per se beautiful way of how he's handling Little Future. Now, Sierra, let's just look at the root of the problem. Sierra, who was one of the most popular singers, pop singers, yet you want to, think about in the early 2000s. She was very reckless with her vagina, and she slept with a man who already had 16 damn children. And she knew he had 16 children, and she still popped that thing open anyway and allowed him to put one in her. This is the delusion of our women today. And even though she knew he wasn't taking care of them kids, she still would let him go in unprotected and knocking her down. We do know that Russell Wilson ain't hitting it like Future probably was hitting it. And she probably think about him often. But that's another show for another day. Most women do that, fellas. Don't get too high and mighty and don't let your ego grow to the vines of heaven, because there's somebody out there that knocked your woman's pelvis loose, and she's with you now, and she's settling because you're a good man, but she missed the penis of the bad man. Amen. Yeah, she does. But guys, if you want to come up and have this conversation, I'm here to have it. I am here to help you guys understand what is happening with stepdaddies today. Now, I got a video I'm going to play in a few minutes of Ryan Clark on The Pivot. If anyone's familiar with The Pivot, it is a sports show that has turned into a soap opera talking about these things. And so we're going to have the conversation based on the video of Ryan Clark saying that the most masculine thing you can do is be a stepdaddy. Oh, shy. Oh, shy. So let me get this video ready for y'all. So what do you guys think? If you're watching right now, put it in the chat. What do you think? Is it a very masculine thing to become a stepfather, or are we delusional here? Delusion runs deep. What is it about a man who has no children who would go and be with a woman who has tied her tubular and tied those things up to the point he can't have his own child? What man wants to be in a relationship with a woman that he can't produce his own children? What kind of man? What kind of man would do that? I think I got the video ready for you guys. Let me see. And I don't think Sister Sierra gets any accountability when it comes to Little Future on how Little Future was conceived. She really gave that thing away and gave it to the wrong person, and which we all knew it. She knew it. She knew it. I mean, how could you be with a man and know that he got all these women pregnant? He's not taking care of them. What makes you so special? Even when Russell Wilson was talking about listening to Russell, how do you feel about Russell Wilson waiting till he married Sierra to have sex with her? Like she was a born again virgin or something. Hell, I don't know. And he said, well, I ain't have to wait until I married her. But that's a story for another day. That's a show for another day. I want to play this video. Let's see. Where is it at? All right, I got it, I think. Here we go. And we're going to take a look at Brother Ryan Clark giving Russell Wilson all the props in the world. Let's see, where is it at? Here we go.
The way that he has taken care of his family and the way that he stepped up in that young man's life is the most masculine thing a man can do. When you marry a woman and she already has a child, you say, I'm going to love you and I'm going to love that child fully because that child is all of you as well. And being a quote unquote stepdad, which Russell Wilson is not, right. Because when you take that job to be a father, and you have to love that child like that child is your own, like you and your wife made that child. And sometimes as a quote unquote stepdad or stepmother, you have to love that child knowing that that love may never be reciprocated. You have to love that child like you are that child's father, knowing that they may never see you that way. And you have to love that child like you are that child's father. And if the father is in their life, know when to step back. And that's difficult to do because you're pouring all your love into that kid every single day. Mm-hmm. And to step up and to be able to do that for Russell Wilson, to me, is his crowning achievement. The Super Bowls, the Pro Bowls, like that is the thing that I think stands above and beyond all of those things. Because the other thing you step up for when you are marrying someone that already has a child is a trauma and an emotion and experiences that are outside of you. You could give that kid all you want and they could still long for that person. That kid could deal with seeing you with your other children. And so you have to love him more, right? You have to step out yourself more. You have to show up more because you never want them to have to deal with the trauma of maybe not having their father, their parents not being together, and also not feeling like a part of your family. And so I think it's amazing what he's done, how there is no difference. And I want to say this. 4 years ago, we had a conversation about Russell Wilson. And looking back on it, it was immature. And we don't have like a combative show. We don't.
All right. Now that's what he said. Now let's go to some of these comedians who lended, I guess they had single moms as well, because a lot of the men who are speaking on the matter, I believe, didn't have their fathers. So I believe that they're looking for something out of what he's doing. All right, let's play this.
Ladies and gentlemen, former NFL player Ryan Clark said Russell Wilson stepping up to take care of Future's baby with Sierra is the most masculine thing that a man can do. Now, men, I know some of y'all gonna disagree with this because y'all are, we live in the post-Kevin Samuels era and everybody done made it clear, ain't no man trying to take care of another man, baby. But I will say, I have to agree with this statement. That is about the most masculine thing that a man can do, stepping up to take care of another man's child, especially if the situation is right. And it's hard. It's a gamble. But if that woman who has that child said, look here, you're going to have to respect this man. This man is taking care of you, taking care of me. We under his roof, you eat his food, and you're going to have to respect him as a man. No, he's not your biological daddy, but your biological daddy off doing whatever the hell he want to do. And this is it. This the man. I love him, he loved me, and guess what? That man loved you. So now, you know, that's different. That ain't the same as, you know, you taking on another man's child, and every time you try to raise the child or you say something that's gonna benefit the child, don't be talking to my baby. That's my child. You ain't going. And then, but they always call you to bail the little ass out of jail. That ain't the same thing. That's not the same thing. No, man, but yeah, that's a huge responsibility. One of the most masculine things a man can do is take on another man's cross while carrying his own. Because the opposite of masculine, one of the most I won't even say feminine, but the least masculine thing a man can do is not take care of his own children. The Bible says you don't take care of your kids, you lower than a dog. And that's true, because a dog takes care of their children. So if you are a human male or a human being, period, and you don't take care of your kids, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all, what are we doing here? This is the message that's being sent out. This is the message that's being sent out. Stepdaddies are the most masculine thing that you could ever do is be a stepdaddy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Yours truly, Mr. R. Payne.
What's going on, brother? What's happening, man?
Man, what's going on with you? R. Payne, did you get a chance to see the videos?
Yeah, I heard the bullshit that these guys are talking, man. Listen, you know, I think the Sierra Russell Wilson example is one of the worst examples to talk about stepdaddyism ever.
I agree.
Because there's nothing about those people that are common. Not Sierra, not Russell Wilson. I mean, they don't even relate from, you know, the common pressures. But let's put that aside. First of all, Ryan Clark is an asshole, if you ask me anyway.
Right.
He's way more educated than his intelligence level. And to say, and this last guy who said, you know, what's the least masculine thing is not taking care of your own kids.
Right.
But the opposite of that is not taking care of somebody else's fucking kid.
Hey, come talk to me.
That's not the opposite of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, to hear these guys, listen, a man who steps up to be a stepdad, okay, you want the woman so bad that you're willing to take on the burdens that she came up with from another man. That's all that is. And you hope that in the process, that kid at least doesn't grow up to resent you. You know, give you some flowers. You love that kid. Now, if you're going to take on that responsibility, what else are you going to do but try to love the kid? Right? But the real motivation for you is to bang out his mother.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the first motivation. It's not because I want to take care of this fucking kid. It's because you want to bang out his mother. You know, so let's not twist it. Russell Wilson wanted to bang out Sierra. She just happened to have a baby with her. That was probably easy to love. And I think if you're a rich man like him, it's not a big deal to put a young man or her kid in the fold, right? Because that kid there's no desperation around Future. If she was a single mom without Russell Wilson, that kid would still have a better life than 90% of any other kid.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like no real big burden for this guy with his 8,000 square foot home to take care of somebody else's little baby, while Sierra is a willing woman to give him 3 or 4 others.
Yep.
You know, and maybe look like Little Future's like easy to love, right? I mean, come on, they don't have the kind of pressures of life, you know, and we don't really know what Future has, what kind of relationship he has with his father. I don't even know. I don't know what.
Yeah. They never talk about it. They never talk about it.
Exactly. So I mean, it's not no great shakes. I mean, I did a thing with Russell Wilson on your channel.
Yeah.
Right. And so we gave him his flowers. I mean, he acts like, but it is true that it was easy, that he doesn't show any differential between Future. He gets flack for that from some people. But this going overboard on how extra masculine he is because he's a stepdad, it's just pure bullshit.
I agree.
It's just bullshit, man.
But let's go back to this. The most masculine thing a man can do is be a stepfather. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, listen, I mean, I hate to even discuss it, but where do you get that from? I mean, first of all, it's antithetical to nature, because usually males of any species kill, they delete the offspring of other males.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when a man takes on somebody else's kid, it's not the most masculine thing. It could be what you call, what's the other word? Honorable, maybe. But there's nothing extra masculine about it. It's honorable. It's something that you decide to do, but it doesn't make you more of a man because you're taking care of somebody else's kid. That's just ridiculous. It's absolutely, and it's something that a woman would say. A woman with 6 kids from 7 baby daddies. It's something that they will say. To hear men say that shit is crazy.
Yep, I agree.
So it's just crazy.
Now, I want to, because I know the people in the chat, I want to hear what they have to say. Human comparing themselves to animals. Stick in my head. What you got to say about that, R-Pain?
You know what? Newsflash: we are animals. We're the apex animals on the planet. What are you talking about?
They say that's the human thing of you to do.
And another thing, we are subject to nature, believe it or not. We all have nature. It's not like we're separate and apart. We have wills to do the right or bad thing, but we're not apart from nature. And the further we get from that, the worse the world becomes. Anyway, so that's my philosophy.
All right. Well, I'll say this. Anybody in the chat that disagrees, that wants to come up, it is a link in the chat. And y'all can come up here and argue the point. But what R-Pain is saying is very much true. You're basically taking on the responsibilities, and you're taking on basically this responsibilities of dealing with a child that is not yours, who will probably grow up and resent you.
Well, even if they don't, still doesn't make you more of a man, right? Even if they don't resent you, even if they love you, it doesn't mean that you're more masculine because you took on that burden, especially when your initial motivation was to bed his mother or her mother. I mean, let's not put all this altruistic bullshit on it. You're willing to take on the burdens this woman is carrying because you want that woman. So it might sound harsh, but it's true. Any man coming up here say that's not true, it's a lie. It's a lie.
Hey, now, I know you're not a stepfather, R-Pain.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. To all the stepfathers out there, man, shout out to you who may be dealing with it right now. I know a lot of them are suffering in silence. A lot of them are suffering in silence. And so dealing with a child that's not yours and they're disrespectful, then when you try to check them, the mama is telling you, don't you say nothing to my child.
Right.
Don't you put your hands on my child. Don't you take my child. No, don't you. And they're in your house eating your food with your lights and your water, your Hulu, your Netflix, and you can't tell them nothing. You can't correct these kids.
Can I just say one thing? Here's my thing, right? When we talk about these things, it seems like, guys who come up here who don't agree with the female narrative about a man stepping up to be a stepdad. like I said, I could admire somebody being a stepfather, right? Because they actually are taking a chance with their life in terms of their, I hate to say, but their feelings, their emotions, right? So you're taking a chance. But you know, a lot of the guys don't vet the responsibility of being a stepdad properly. But
Right.
most people don't even vet how it is to be in a relationship with a woman, and now you have a woman with a kid. And here's the other thing: if I choose a woman, I don't want to have a relationship with her fucking kid's father if he's still in the picture.
Clip
Right?
that.
I mean, why would I want to have a relationship with this dude? You know, it's just like, you know, adding extra layers to life that's already complicated enough.
So our pain, you're saying that if you were married to a woman who already had children, you're saying that you would not be able to coexist with
No,
the
I'm not
father,
saying that.
with the
I'm
baby's
saying,
with the child's
no,
father.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's because I wouldn't marry a woman with kids
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't want to have a relationship with the kid's father, because you're gonna have to if you're gonna raise that kid.
Right.
How are you gonna get around it? It's just so many different layers to it. Now, listen, the greatest gift a woman can give a man is a baby. That fucking guy is going to always have access to your wife.
Yep.
You know, I mean, no matter what the women say, they're full of shit. The guy who's the father of their kid always has access. It doesn't have to be sexual access, but it's always an emotional access, especially when they're trying to co-parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they can, so you and your wife, right, are getting ready to go out and have a nice evening. You haven't been able to do it, you know, with all the pressures of life. She gets a call from her baby's father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have an argument over the phone. What happens to the rest of your evening?
Gone, done, out of
Exactly.
there.
Because some asshole got her all riled up.
Yep, I agree.
You know, so I mean, I just think it's just stupid. Now, and the reason why I'm saying all this is, it's not like I didn't have a few girlfriends who had kids. You know, I've been through a couple of relationships with women who had kids. You know, and I just knew we couldn't get any further. Not because I didn't like the kid; it just was an extra complication. It
Yeah,
just
because what happens in your home, another man comes to your home and says, "Our pain, don't say nothing else to my son."
right. Or if yeah, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy, and you know, I come from a generation where a lot of black men were stepfathers, a lot of black women were stepmothers. From my generation, it was all over the place.
Right.
But back then, though, first of all, definitely women were a whole lot more appreciative of men back then than they are.
I said that earlier. Mm-hmm.
You know, the women don't give a shit about the guy. You just, you know, I'm still doing you a favor. I'm a package deal, and you still should pedalize, you know, put me on a pedestal.
Yeah.
It's just all bullshit, man.
And so, if you could say, if you had a son, and he came home with a woman who had 4 children by 4 baby daddies, what advice would you give him?
Well, I would hope that I gave him enough advice that he would never do some stupid shit like that.
Mm.
Because here's the thing, after the fact, here's the point, the really point, and you got to be preventative, because when a man gets wrapped up around a woman, you can't talk him out of it. You ever try to talk a guy out of when he's enamored with a chick, no matter how fucked up she is?
Yeah.
You can't do it. He's got to learn a hard lesson. You know, so I mean, just think about it. You can't talk a man out of you just can't. You might try, but listen to what's a good example? How about that guy Hunt, the guy from who had the chick from college who is getting ready to take him to the cleaners? Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, yeah, man.
Yeah,
They tried to tell him.
The whole world couldn't tell that guy, this goofy ass, not to marry that chick.
They tried to tell him.
He
He didn't want to listen.
Right. She babied herself up real quick. She got that contract, and forget it.
Yep. And now she's gonna take his ass to the cleaners.
No doubt about it.
Because now she's pregnant.
Well,
Or
no,
she had the baby already?
Yeah, She had a baby already.
Yeah. Yeah, he out of there.
Well, she's locked in, you know. So I don't know, man. It makes us talking about this thing sound real harsh. You know, more power to the guys who want to be stepdads. But let's not, you know, the only reason why we sound harsh is because let's not put some extra virtue to that bullshit.
Right.
You know, come on. You know, you want the woman bad enough that you're willing to take on her children. And that's the first. Just let's be truthful about it. Let's be true about it.
Well, if the women probably right now will whoop your ass, are paying because they feel like you're interfering with their livelihood. And what do you say to the women that tell you, Arpain, hey, Arpain, I had 4 kids by 4 baby daddies, but now I've been delivered. I'm no hoe no more. I want to be married to a really good man who makes really good money. Am I able to, Arpain, are you saying that I can't get a stepdaddy for my 4 kids who have 4 baby daddies?
Nah, you know what? Unfortunately, she could. There's no shortages of simps out there. The fact is, no, you can't put a woman, you can't put a negative laundry list against a woman where you could say there's no man for her. It might not be the man she wants, but there's always a man who'll be a taker. Always. You know, so I just say, you know, listen, you know, the funny thing is I just started seeing a stream of women, single women, who sound just like me, that they will never get into a relationship with a man with kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They say, I don't want no baby mama drama. I don't want to split his income. I can't stand the thought of, you know, if we're going to have children, if I'm going to have children, I want to be his first and his first.
Mm.
And here's the other thing. 65% of women with 800 kids don't want a man. They don't want a man with kids. 65% of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like this is a man thing. Women don't even want to have be stepmoms.
Absolutely. Greg, I see you in the back. I'm gonna need you to turn your camera on, sir.
You know, so that's why it's funny, because that could be a whole thing. You know, men are taking a burden.
I need to know that you're a real person, Greg. So I need you to flash your camera on so I can see your face clearly, and then I can bring you up.
Is that London Greg? Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. I need him to flash the camera.
You still got to follow the rules, man. I dig it.
Yeah, I need to. Let's see him to flash that camera real quick. That's all.
I don't know if he hears you.
I don't know if he hears me either.
No, he hears you. I mean, I'm sure he does, man.
Hey, Greg, can you hear me?
Yo.
Yeah, can you flash your camera real quick so I can see you?
Yeah, you got to come on.
He's a good one.
No, I can't tell you that. I can't remember. I don't know for sure. But you got to come on screen, bro.
Greg, can I see you?
Got to come on camera. You don't want to.
Yo, sorry. Hello?
Yeah. Can you flash your camera on for us so I can see your face?
I don't think he got a camera. I don't know.
You
got to come on camera, man. Yeah.
Yeah, he just sent me a private chat. Let me see what he's saying. Well, he said why. The reason why is because people try to come on shows and pull their dicks out, show their asses, any type of nudity, anything that that's against YouTube policies and procedures, and that can get your channel deleted off of YouTube. And so I built something that I don't want to destroy. Yeah, but I'm still gonna need you to. You're not on stage right now. I just need you to turn your camera on before I bring you up, even with your voice. I need to see that you're a real person in the back first. I'm not gonna bring you up and let everybody see your face. I just need you to turn your camera on while you're in the back here, so I can see you. You're in the green room right now. Nobody can see you. I just need you to turn your camera on so I can see that you're a real person.
He's going.
Exactly. When you do that, that means you have the agenda. Stay your ass out of here.
Anyway, man. So Hey, listen, did you see the? So I don't know if you're going to use this video tonight though about the chick who wanted her stepfather to pay for the wedding and it went viral around. Did you
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that?
yeah. And the daddy, yeah, she wanted the
Yeah,
stepfather to pay
yeah,
for the wedding, but wanted
yeah,
her daddy to walk her down the aisle.
exactly.
Oh, hell no.
I mean, she went through a whole diatribe and trying to, because a lot of people did like reaction videos to that. And then he came on himself. Now, I think that that's a old one that's been revisited because I think I've seen that guy before talking about that same thing.
Right.
But we never saw the girl herself. And let's just say the whole skit is real. I mean,
Right.
she got some damn nerve, right?
Exactly.
And then she lied to him so he could pay for it. And she wasn't going to tell him to the last minute.
Yep. Exactly. And I think this for sure. Oh, there's Greg right there. Greg, blink your eyes, Greg, for me. Blink them. Blink them. Blink them. Blink 'em.
Yeah, he's winking. What's going on, Greg?
Okay, let's see. What's up, Greg? Oh, what's up, Greg?
Yo,
Yeah, what you got for us, man?
yo, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
All
Doing
right.
pretty good.
Okay.
We're not gonna bring you up here because your camera's off. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I understand that. That's great policy. I respect that. Anyways, what's the topic of discussion?
So, is becoming a stepfather the ultimate sign of masculinity?
Yeah, that's
You
it.
believe so?
That's the
Go
top.
again. Sorry, I cut out.
I say, do you believe that becoming a stepfather is the ultimate sign of masculinity?
No, not really.
Are you a stepfather?
No,
Are you a father?
nope.
Oh, okay. So, what do you have on the subject matter?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we hear you, man. Just go.
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It keeps cutting out. I don't know why.
Yeah, but we hear you. We hear you fine. Just talk.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Guys, no offense, but I hate black people.
Hey, but listen, I know,
You know-
I understand that
Yeah.
we were, but and while we were fucking your mother the other day, she told us the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah, but
man.
that's not an argument.
That there's an argument.
That's not an argument, though. What the heck?
Take the guy down.
But anyways, guys,
Just take the guy down, BM.
you guys are 50. You guys represent 52% of all crimes.
Come on,
50% of
And-
black kids
yeah,
don't have
and-
fathers.
yeah.
You guys,
and
according
break-
to the demographics, you guys have
Yeah.
the most abortions. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys are uncivilized.
I
And
agree.
I'll
I
love to have
agree.
a debate on how you guys could defend your people.
And I agree. I agree. And I also know that your mom and her grandfather.
Once again, that's not an argument. That shows the mentality.
Yeah, why are we fucking around with this guy,
Yeah.
man? Just bring him down, man. Let's not do this, man. Thank you.
You know, I get him. I tear him up. I tear his
man.
ass up.
Let's not even go there, man. Let's not even go there with somebody. Man.
But yeah, so yeah, he didn't want to talk about nothing. Yeah, he need to go to bed. Thank you, Asada. He need to go to bed. Guys, right now, thank you for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share with 2 people you like and 1 person you don't. Let's get these numbers up. Hit the like button and subscribe button. So back to what I was saying. We're gonna watch this video again of Ryan Clark, because I know some people probably just came in and want to see it. And I want y'all to see Ryan Clark. I don't know what they got into Ryan. Ryan's not a stepfather, is he?
I don't know. I really don't know. I know he's
I don't
married.
think he is.
Yeah,
Here
he's
he
probably
is.
not.
The way that he has taken care of his family and the way that he stepped up in that young man's life is the most masculine thing a man can do. When you marry a woman and she already has a child, you say, I'm going to love you and I'm going to love that child fully because that child is all of you as well. And being a quote unquote stepdad, which Russell Wilson is not, because when you take that job to be a father. And you have to love that child like that child is your own, like you and your wife made that child. And sometimes as a quote unquote stepdad or stepmother, you have to love that child knowing that that love may never be reciprocated. You have to love that child like you are that child's father, knowing that they may never see you that way. And you have to love that child like you are that child's father And if the father is in their life, know when to step back. And that's difficult to do because you're pouring all your love into that kid every single day. And to step up and to be able to do that for Russell Wilson, to me, is his crowning achievement. The Super Bowls, the Pro Bowls, like that is the thing that I think stands above and beyond all of those things. Because the other thing you step up for when you are marrying someone that already has a child is a trauma and an emotion and experiences that are outside of you. You could give that kid all you want and they could still long for that person. That kid could deal with seeing you with your other children. And so you have to love him more, right? You have to step out yourself more. You have to show up more because you never want them to have to deal with the trauma of maybe not having their father, their parents not being together, and also not feeling like a part of your family. And so I think it's amazing what he's done, how there is no difference. And I want to say this. 4 years ago, we had a conversation about Russell Wilson. And looking back on it, it was immature. And we don't have like a combative show. We don't.
All right. So Kimberly Cortez, how you doing today, sweetheart? I need to see you, baby. Could you turn your camera on for us, ma'am? And we'll definitely get you up here. I just need to know you're a real person. We've had some real crazy people come up here tonight. So no offense to you, but Kimberly, if you could flash your camera on for us real quick, let us know you're a real person. I'll bring you up. We can have the conversation. I can bring you up with audio only if you need that, but I need to see you first in the back. Nobody can see you right now. I just need you to turn your camera on and let me know you're a real person. Whenever you're comfortable and ready to do that, let me know that, and then we'll bring you up. So he says that he said, yeah, see, they playing tonight. So he said, Arpain, that in order for you to be a great father, I mean, in order for you to love that child, you have to love that child more than you love your own children. You have to love her child more than you love your own children. Why is that? You muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the problem with Ryan Clark. He goes overboard. He just goes overboard. It's hyperbole, to try to strengthen his argument. And it's stupid. You don't have to say that. I would agree that if you're going to be a good stepdad, you have to make no distinctions between that kid and your own kid, your own kids. And I don't think that that's really that hard to do. If you resign yourself to be a stepfather, I don't think it's right. For example, like I said, Russell Wilson and Sierra are not good examples of this because it's an easy transition for them, right? So I don't see any real hardship for Russell Wilson to be a stepdad to Future. You know what I'm saying? Because his mother is ultra successful with or without Russell, and he looks at marrying her as his crowning achievement in terms of the woman to pick. And so it was an easy transition to have that son. And he had that son with him probably a couple of years before they had their first kid or some shit like that. So
right, you're right.
I don't think it was that difficult for Russell Wilson to be a stepfather. So to use him as this pinnacle, I don't think it really mirrors what's going on in society that well. I think it's just an easy transition for him, and that's my take on
it. So okay, Tyrus is in the building tonight, man. What's going on, brother?
Good evening, gentlemen.
What's going on? Antoine in the building tonight. What's going on, my boy?
What's going on, BMU?
What's going on,
man? How's it going? It's been a while. Tyrus, what's going on as well, bro?
Don.
So Tyrus, did you guys get a chance to see the video of Ryan Clark?
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see it? Okay, so did you get a chance to see it, Anton?
I was watching. I got a chance to catch. I didn't catch it from the beginning, but I did get a chance to catch the gist of what he was saying.
Okay, so for the audience sake, I'll play Ryan Clark, and then I'll go into the other guy who said something about it too. Here we go.
The way that he has taken care of his family and the way that he stepped up in that young man's life is the most masculine thing a man can do.
Can y'all hear it?
When you marry a woman and she already has a child, you say, I'm going to love you and I'm going to love that child fully because that child is all of you as well. And being a quote unquote stepdad, which Russell Wilson is not, right. Because when you take that job to be a father. And you have to love that child like that child is your own, like you and your wife made that child. And sometimes as a quote unquote stepdad or stepmother, you have to love that child knowing that that love may never be reciprocated. You have to love that child like you are that child's father, knowing that they may never see you that way. And you have to love that child like you are that child's father. And if the father is in their life, know when to step back. And that's difficult to do because you're pouring all your love into that kid every single day. And to step up and to be able to do that for Russell Wilson, to me, is his crowning achievement. The Super Bowls, the Pro Bowls, like that is the thing that I think stands above and beyond all of those things. Because the other thing you step up for when you are marrying someone that already has a child is a trauma and an emotion and experiences that are outside of you. You could give that kid all you want and they could still long for that person. That kid could deal with seeing you with your other children. And so you have to love him more, right? You have to step out yourself more. You have to show up more because you never want them to have to deal with the trauma of maybe not having their father, their parents not being together, and also not feeling like a part of your family. And so I think it's amazing what he's done, how there is no difference. And I want to say this. 4 years ago, we had a conversation about Russell Wilson. And looking back on it, it was immature. And we don't have like a combative show. We don't.
All right. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with what Payne said, man. Like the hyperbole by Ryan Clark was just over the top. Like he said a lot of good things. You did not have to make the claim that being a stepdad is the most masculine thing you could ever do. Right? Again, it's a masculine thing to do. It's awesome. It's an awesome, like, it shows your character, right? As somebody who grew up with a stepdad when I was 4, I treat him, that's my real dad. Nobody can tell me different. He's the one who instilled all my values and my critical thinking, my comprehension, all that shit. You know what I mean? So I also don't need to disparage other men and be like, yeah, my dad's more masculine than all of them. You know, like, yo, I love my dad. I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they are putting this thing up like it's like Russell Wilson is doing something that it's God worthy. Like he's just, man, he's you know, they've already said that Russell Wilson is the best man on the planet. The women love him because they said Russell Wilson took a whore and turned her into a housewife. Took an industry whore who was having sex with Reggie Bush, who was having sex with her producers, her writers, people who elevated her. Future ran through her like a hot knife through butter. She knew Future had 12 children by 12 women. She still let him have sex with her unprotected. So she's very irresponsible. And for a woman to go through there and for a man to take her through there, like Future did, and to have Russell Wilson come and say, your body is so golden and eloquent to me. It is such angelic skin to me that I can't insert my penis into your body unless I'm married to you. I got to marry you before I have sex with you. Well, I knew then that he was delusional because this woman has been hung up like clothes in the South on a clothesline by every man that she's come encounter with, and you seen value in that, and you said, I'm gonna wait to have sex with her. I'm gonna hold out, and I'm not gonna have sex with this woman until I marry her because her body means that much to me. But but think about it. 2 years prior, because I think she got with him when the Future was 2. 2 years prior, she was laying on her back in some trap house, getting knocked loose, spinal cord getting pushed to the left.
But that was 2 years later,
Afghanistan. And I'm trying to understand. But
that is too. You don't think that some way that Russell Wilson, I want to use the word saved, but redeemed her, because to the outside world, she's been almost like a perfect wife to this dude.
The last transformation for a hoe is a religious woman.
Oh, stop being. By the way, BMU, can you tell the audience real quick, guys? BMU, how long have they been married?
I have. Let me see. I'll check. Hold on a second.
Yeah, check. Let's do a quick fact check, real quick, guys. Let's have all the facts out here.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Right,
I'm gonna check for you right now, Tyrese.
Right, check how long they've been married and what was the official age that Russell Wilson became Future's stepdad or little Future stepdad. Because he was also super young, right?
He was like 2 years old or something like that.
Yeah. They've been So they've been together. They got married. They've been married for 9 years.
Yep.
9 years, and you're still trying to claim somebody's delusional, BMU. It worked. It's working. Like seriously, like seriously, stop. Let's stop pretending like most of the dudes who will watch this show or watch these YouTube streets don't wish they could lock down someone like Sierra, regardless of the personal baggage. Let's stop pretending like dudes don't be putting rings on fingers of women way worse than Sierra.
There's no doubt about it.
Thank you, Payne. Thank you, Anton. Go ahead, Anton.
Tyrese, you make it sound like she a back rat or something.
That's the thing. She isn't. BMU is so obsessed with somebody's past that he doesn't care that like somehow somebody's not redeemable. Somehow you're not capable of maturing and becoming a better person.
Tyrese, let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Tyrese is my brother, y'all. Let me ask my brother a question. Tyrese, you have a beautiful BMW. Did you buy it new or used?
Used.
How you enjoying it?
I love it.
Mm-hmm. What's the difference?
Guess what, BMU? That's going to be my first that white BMW M6 Grand Coupe that you like so much that I love too, with 600 horses, will be my first car in the collection when I get my detached garage built. I'm keeping that forever.
Okay. So basically, you're telling good men to purchase pre-owned women.
I'm saying you purchase. Oh my God! Okay, guys.
Don't say down.
BMU, because you're my brother, I'm going to entertain this tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
And so for all the ladies listening, show me some grace. Y'all know how I typically am, but tonight I'm going to entertain this. Okay. You can either buy a used German model car or any model car that you know is still reliable, or you could buy some of these brand new cars that still be breaking down right out the gate. They don't even make it to their warranty. Right? Like, let's stop acting like there ain't lemons anywhere you go.
So you
can pick any car on the lot, and that shit could end up being a lemon.
Okay. So you're saying that whores are redeemable?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. If you're gonna, and you know what, Anton, real quick, I'm gonna let you rock, Anton. But the reason I say yes to BMU is because by his logic, Sierra's a whore. I don't agree with that, but by his logic, Sierra's a whore, and she got successfully converted. So yes, you can convert a whore. You can say, go ahead, Anton.
Yo, honestly,
I love you, Tyrese.
To be honest, Russell's been more of a father to Little Future than Future has. Let's be honest. Let's put it out there.
Hold on. Wait. How did Little Future get here?
Oh, we all know the old-fashioned way.
Irresponsible vagina. When Sierra
irresponsible dick. Irresponsible dick. It takes two to tango, BMU.
Yeah. You're right. But then,
responsible individuals.
I got a stat for you here. Let's see. Go, keep talking. Got some for you.
Go ahead, keep talking, Anton.
No, and that's what it is. Russell has been more of a father to the child than Future has. Future knows how many kids he has and how many exes he has, and for some reason, it's like he just don't care. Russell has been basically doing more of the fatherly role to that child than Future has. So Future can feel a certain way everywhere he wants. But are you there? Are you involved? And it's not just paying child support. It's about all the little things too, as well as the big things. And if he's not doing that with this, with this
we don't know what he's
child,
doing
is
for
he
his
doing
son,
that with
though.
the other children
Right.
too?
Now let me say this too. Hold on. Because on this, I gave you the link. Okay, I sent it to you directly. Okay, you playing with my nuts, my balls are moving too. But listen. When it comes to this whole Sierra and Russell Wilson thing, my thing is this simply. Okay, Russell, when Sierra met Future, she knew he had 7 children with 7 different women. Seven children, 7 different women. You mean to tell me it's not bad decision making on her part to look down at that penis with nothing on it and let that penis skeet up in her after she see that he ain't shit with the other 7 kids? You gonna allow this man to raw dog you and get you pregnant?
Yep, she absolutely did that, BMU. You know why? Because Future looked at Sierra, and despite the fact that, according to BMU, Future knew she was an industry pass around. Future knew Sierra was the morale booster in the industry, and yet he raw dogged it anyway and got her pregnant.
Well, that didn't mean
Hold on, Tyrese.
BMU.
But one of the things that he said was this. One of the things that Future said was this. I don't like Future. I think the nigga gay, to be honest. But one of the things
not a deal. Whoa.
If a nigga, hold on. If a nigga out here spreading dick like that, and he having all these kids, and then he have a song that says he sucked dick, he's gay. Second of all,
he got a song that said he sucked dick.
No way, dude.
I'm gonna send it to you right now, man. I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna play the first 5 seconds so y'all can hear it.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you hear right now. You niggas think I'm playing? Shit, I heard that.
This is my first time hearing this.
Yeah, shit, I'm gonna show you. Where is it? Here you go. The name of the song, Kodak Black. Everybody know who Kodak Black is?
Yeah.
Kodak Black said, I called Future and said, Future, were you on that powder when you did this song, when you said you sucked dick? And he said, Future didn't remove it. So that's Future problem. So let me let y'all hear. What's the name of the song?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hold on. Y'all keep talking. I'm finna mute so I won't be playing the wrong thing. Hold on.
One of the things I do think, fellas, is that Russell Wilson, in some ways, redeemed Sierra, because if the story is true that he wouldn't have sex with her until they got married, I think that changed her a little bit since she was passing herself around so easily, and because to the outside world, she seemed like a perfect wife to this fucking guy. She gives him all the kids he wants. I think they're on 4 kids now. You know, so I'm hard pressed to talk about it. Their relationship is not typical in terms of their wealth and in terms of the things that the way they're living. That's not the typical baby mama situation. It's just not.
I mean, honestly, I think what it is also, Russell gave her validation. Russell saw something in Sierra
that she might not have seen it herself.
Exactly. He saw something in her that she didn't see.
Right. And he was just the right kind of guy for that. And here's another thing, and this is for all the men out there. We got to stop acting like we're so butt shit hurt when our women have slept with somebody else before. Everybody, I mean, I can't stand it, man. We all, except women who've been bust down by somebody before. You could probably count on one hand everybody who has a wife who was a virgin these days.
No, that's facts, bro. That's facts.
That's true.
That's a straight up facts, man.
That's true.
Unfortunately, BMU, I looked it up, and he absolutely said it.
We got a lady in the building tonight. We have Miss CB in the building tonight by audio only. Can you hear me, C?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I've been knowing this young lady since we were in probably elementary school. Beautiful lady. She just graduated college again. And she is, could you tell the people what you do? What are your expertise?
I am a social worker, licensed in 5 states. I do behavioral health,
Oh,
and I do substance abuse.
Absolutely.
That's what I
Amazing
do.
woman. So I want to bring you in because, it's always good to have a pleasant voice on the panel when we're doing this. What are your thoughts on what we're talking about tonight from your perspective?
Well, I was trying to catch up, but from the
Okay.
topic being, is becoming a stepfather the ultimate sign of masculinity?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say no, because it can reflect maturity and responsibility, but I do not think it's the ultimate sign of masculinity.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And by me saying that, being maturity and responsibility, because for one, you're taking care of a child that's not biologically yours. You're providing stability and protection, showing commitment, and choosing to stay even when you don't have to. So it's basically a choice. It's not a requirement.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, we agree.
Anybody want to respond to
That's
that?
just my opinion.
That
No,
sounds
I agree. I said
No,
the same thing when when you asked
I
me.
I have I mean, two of my two eldest daughters are from foster care, and I've been the dad to them. I've been that strong male figure to them that they, no hesitation. They don't call me by my first name. They call me dad. No hesitation whatsoever. And when we first started, it was like, I know I'm not your father, but give me a chance to be your dad. And I told them, when you feel ready to call me dad, you will know.
Let,
And
let me
that's
let me say this. Let me take a deep breath. Guys, I know a man right now. He would not come on this show tonight, and I begged him, please tell your story. He said no, because he don't want to be exposed like that. I know him. Sierra, you know him too. I know a man right now who has a stepchild that he's raised from the time she was 5 years old. He took care of her, was at every fucking dance recital. He was at every damn thing she did, her graduation, paid for her clothes throughout her life, paid for her shoes, loved her mom, all this stuff. As soon as she graduated high school, she said her life is incomplete because she wants to find her deadbeat daddy and have a relationship with him.
I've heard about those.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You've invested from the time this child was 6 years old up until the time she graduated high school. And she says at the end of her graduation, she says, fuck you. I want my daddy. I want my real daddy. And I want to go find him. I don't care if he ain't claimed me. And he said I wasn't his. And he said he's a deadbeat and he didn't want to be in my life. I want him. What does that do to the man who's invested his financially, emotionally into this child?
That probably really gonna make that man feel very insecure. And as a son who also longed to know his biological dad, I can only imagine the range of feelings and thoughts through my dad's head when I wanted to get to know my real dad or have a relationship with him. That didn't invalidate, by the way, any of the teachings that he did. It didn't invalidate any of the experience that we have. But you just, as a kid like that, BMU, you just have a natural wonder about who this person is, right? Like, do I actually have the mannerisms like him, or are we nothing alike? Right? Those are questions that just as a human being, BMU, like kids want to know, right? And then on top of that, you got to remember, bro, they're 18, 19, you're still a kid. You're still a kid. You're still going through all the emotions. Like, I'm not, I don't want to speak on that situation. I'm just simply saying kids say rough ass shit as teenagers, bro. You know what I mean? And but there's always going to be that sense of, I at least want to look this guy in the eye and be like, why?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why did you give me
Tyrese,
up? I think it's a
what
natural thing.
Arpain said earlier. There is a video of a man who went very viral and he was paying for his daughter. You know, he's his stepchild. He's been raising her since she was a kid. He's paying for the wedding because he's the father figure, right? He's the stepdad. He's paying for her entire wedding. He's paying for the venue. He's paying for all the drink, everything that goes with the wedding. He's paying for it. His daughter sat him down and said, Dad, she called him Dad, I'm going to get married. When it comes to walking down the aisle, I'm going to I want my real daddy to walk me down the aisle. Now, he's been raising her since she was a kid, and she's telling him, I want my real dad who's done nothing for her to walk her down the aisle. And this stepdaddy said, you think I'm going to pay for a fucking wedding for you to have a deadbeat nigga walk you down the aisle? Are you crazy?
Mm-hmm. For that scenario, for that situation, that's out of line. You know what I mean?
That's you don't do something like that.
His ghetto point of view, can't see you, but
that's disrespectful.
What's up, ghetto point of view?
Yeah, I'll wait till he flashes his camera. You know, people be playing.
Hey, what's
Sierra,
up,
do you have anything you want to say about that, sweetheart? Want to make sure you get in right now. I'm gonna get
just about walking down the aisle, or
yeah, like
you were talking about?
no, both. You could do both. You could talk about both the young child who graduated and looking now. I want a relationship with I want to have a relationship with a man has never done anything for me after this other man, the stepdad that invested all these years. And on the flip side, there's an adult woman who is getting married and daddy never done nothing for her. Stepdad is paying for the entire wedding, and she's saying, I want my daddy to walk me down the aisle, not you.
Oh, so that's not the same kid. That was two different situations.
Two different scenarios.
This is my first time hearing this one.
It's two different situations. I mean, with the dad, with her wanting her biological dad to walk her down the aisle, I mean, that's her choice. Do the stepdad have to pay for the wedding? No.
Hell no, I would. She bullshit.
I wouldn't. I'm not saying that because, you know, I'm hurt or anything like that, but it's more of, if I invested in you since what age?
She was a baby. She was like
a baby.
She was young.
A baby.
Mm-hmm.
And you want your dad to walk you down the aisle?
He paid for her college. He paid for her college.
Yeah, he paid for her college and everything. He said,
his fault.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't pay for it. I would.
But that's what he said at the end of the video. He said, at the end of the video, he said, I told her, okay, cool. He can walk you down the aisle, but I'm getting refunds on every fucking thing I paid for. He said, I'm not paying for nothing.
And he left for mama.
And left the mama.
Right? Because they were trying to finesse him.
It is what it is.
Listen, man. I'm glad I work with young fathers, right? Because the one thing that I would always tell them, and they would give me pushback because it wasn't something that we was used to, right? You meet a woman with some young kids and a father, reach out to that father. Put the responsibility back on him. Because the kid knows you ain't the father, and you trying to step in and dismiss the father.
Why don't you tell him to go find a woman without kids?
But hold up. But they already in it, right? I tell them that, but we got to deal with the issue initially. You got to deal with the issue. You're already in a relationship. So I'm going to take what I believe out of it. Listen, what's your father's name? I've had to call fathers like, listen, man, your child, they missing you. They want you. I would put it on that father. And a lot of times when those emotions get sort of balanced with the kid connecting with the true father early, and then as a man, you could talk to that dude like, look, man, you know what I'm saying? But not a lot of people going to do that. They want to jump in and say, I can save you. Because BMU, it was another video where a guy was told at graduation day, he ain't got a ticket to go to the graduation. I was seeing that all over the place. I'm like, but that's why it's unique. Because if I met a woman and she had a kid, do y'all got a relation? Do the kid got a relationship with his father? Oh, no. Well, hold up. He's a boy. Let's call my dad. He might not. He don't even want to see it. Yes, he do. He just don't want to deal with the conflict with you, and he's not gonna argue. But this is a new age time. Sometimes they'll argue with the woman, but most men ain't gonna just want to fight to be with their child just because I cheated with you. My child gonna grow up looking like me and acting like you. So I would always try to connect them and let the child and the father work those things out.
Okay, so watch this. Watch this.
Gentleman, former NFL player Ryan Clark said Russell Wilson stepping up to take care of Future's baby with Sierra is the most masculine thing that a man can do. Now, men, I know some of y'all gonna disagree with this because y'all are, we live in the post Kevin Samuels era, and everybody done made it clear ain't no man trying to take care of another man, baby. But I will say, I have to agree with this statement. That is about the most masculine thing that a man can do, stepping up to take care of another man's child, especially if the situation is right. And it's hard, it's a gamble. But if that woman who has that child said, look here, you're going to have to respect this man. This man is taking care of you, taking care of me. We under his roof, you eat his food, and you're going to have to respect him as a man. No, he's not your biological daddy, but your biological daddy off doing whatever the hell he want to do. And this is it. This the man, I love him, he love me, and guess what? That man loved you. So now, that's different. That ain't the same as, you taking on another man's child, and every time you try to raise the child or you say something that's gonna benefit the child, don't be talking to my baby. That's my child. You ain't going. But they always call you to bail his little ass out of jail. That ain't the same thing. That's not the same thing. No, man. But yeah, that's a huge responsibility. One of the most masculine things a man can do is take on another man's cross while carrying his own.
I could definitely agree with what he's saying in that aspect.
Oh shit!
No, hold on, BMU.
Go ahead.
My best friend, before he passed away, God rest his soul, when he was married to his second wife, she has a daughter from a previous relationship. That young girl called him daddy. She knew who her biological father is, but she called him daddy because he was there and the biological father wasn't, for whatever reason. And the
But you know what though?
But hold on, BMU. And also the thing is, he basically was the father to her. I still stay in touch with his ex-wife and his daughter. We still talk and everything else. And the one thing I remember his ex-wife told me, because she's now 18, the one thing she was hoping to do was for him to adopt her. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But the one thing she's now happy about when she turned 18 is now she can finally legally change her last name to his last name because he was always there. And still to this day, that's my daddy. She still feels that way about him to this day, even though he passed away a couple years ago. That's how much she is very grateful and appreciative for him for being there. And she will say with no hesitation, he's my daddy.
Okay, and that's an outlier for me, right? That's an outlier. Let me give you the majority of situations of these children turning on the men who invested the most in them. And what I mean by that is that men are dealing with children. I'm trying to think of I just saw it the other day. I was watching a video the other day where this situation happened with the dad. Oh yeah, so this lady, grown ass woman, pretty, beautiful yellow skinned lady, pretty. She's real pretty. And she was on a live crying. I don't know if y'all saw this. It went viral. She was crying. And she said for years, her mom got a new guy. Her mom and dad didn't work. They got a divorce. She got a new guy.
Is there a reason why I can't hear?
Can you hear me? Go out and come back in. Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm gonna text her. But yeah, she was crying and she said her mom, hear me now, her mom got a new guy and forced a relationship with her and the new guy and said that he's more responsible than your dad. She said she just found a box of letters and a box of things that her mom kept that were sealed from the time she was 9 years old. Her daddy writing letters saying, baby, I miss you. I love you. I can't see you like I want to see you.
I know someone like that. I know someone who went through something like that.
He wrote letters from the time this baby was 9. This woman 40. She said she just spent the last 6 months with her daddy as he was dying from cancer. And the entire time, her fucking mama lied to her for fucking 20 years, damn near, and said her daddy was a deadbeat. He wasn't shit. She said she cut him off completely. She didn't have no relationship with him. She said she would see him and go the other way for 20 years until she cleaned out her mama's house because she was moving and found the damn letters and stuff that the boy bought her. He done sent her birthday cards and sent her happy graduation. He didn't even get a ticket to the graduation.
I know someone like who dealt with that.
And so some of these daddies out here that these women be saying, well, the dad ain't nothing, take a real man to step up. They're cutting the feet from under the real daddies.
I know someone.
Come on, now you ain't lying.
I 100% agree with you. That woman is in the wrong.
Oh,
that's not on stepdad. That's not an indictment on him.
No,
that's an indictment on that shitty ass mother. You see what I mean?
But Bruce, the thing that makes it unique.
I got you.
Because coach, real quick, I guarantee you, coach, you knew moms like my mom who would be like, "You're just like your father," and I'll be like, "I don't fucking know who that dude is."
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Like who the fuck is he? Like I look like who? Like when you getting scolded or what? Oh, you look like you acting just like your daddy. Who the fuck is that?
But Tyrus, and this is why I agree with you 100%. Your case is not unique over the last 35, 40 years. The mother would put out these fake narratives about the father, and the father, most men are not going to fight the woman who they had a child by. They're not going to argue and do all that. You might see a little bit, but most of the time he'll just say, you know what? I can't fight her. And these are the narratives that men are debunking today. Most dudes want to be there. But if the mama teaches that baby to hate, if she teaches a son to hate his father, she don't give a damn about that baby. And now we seeing adults come out like, damn, it was my mama the whole time.
Yeah,
I've been lied to.
Like I said, I knew someone like that in college. And when she found out what her mother was doing, she loves her mom, but anything she accomplished, she made sure her father knew first. When she was getting married, he was the first to know.
Right. I'll bring it closer to home, though. I'll bring it closer to home, guys. I'll bring it closer to home. I have an ex. And back in the day, I told her, hey, listen, maybe you need to go holler at your daddy yourself. And she said, nope. The way he did my mama. I said, but you weren't there. What are you talking about? I said, just go talk to him and just see what he say. She went and talked to him. This man told her, your mama said I didn't pay child support. He said, just go ask the neighbors, ask the people that live there, ask the people that are around the community how many times I come in the yard giving your mama money. She never mentioned it to you. He said, how many times I would come over there and she would chase me out the yard with the gun or pulls a gun on me, a knife on me, or try to hit me with the broomstick. She said one time he came and knocked at the door. She threw hot grease through the screen door.
Damn.
And I'm telling you, bro. And he said, I'm gonna show you. Look, he said, look at this burn on my back. That's when your mama threw the grease on me right there. This when your mama cut my arm when I was trying to come in and see you. He said, after a point, I just gave up. He said, I couldn't call you. I couldn't come to the house because she was abusive. He said, I gave up. And I couldn't come. I had no communication with you whatsoever. What you want me to do? And she's sitting there crying. I say, well, your mama lied to you.
But we want to address them.
And then I say, you gonna check your mama? Well, and then she go right back to that goddamn Tupac syndrome. Maybe Sierra can tell us what this syndrome called. I call it Tupac syndrome. They go right back to this Tupac syndrome. Tupac said, my daddy, I can't show no love for a stranger, but my mom was a crackhead, but she was a queen. This is what she said. Well, maybe my mom was going through something at the time. I said, get on.
Making excuses.
You're making excuses for your mama, and your mama just took your daddy away from you. Wake the fuck up. I'm confused. Dude, listen, these mamas get away with fucking murder. They get away with they can do some demonic shit and get away with it, and they can play victim and everybody believe them. Sierra, what are your thoughts? I want to get with you your clinical thoughts. I'm sorry.
Say that, like, what are we on? Because I just got in here.
Okay, so we're saying
Can you hear
that,
me?
yeah, So Sierra, you remember my ex from back in the day. You remember her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That,
So
that says it all right there.
so Sierra, she had her daddy. She went to meet her. She didn't want nothing to do with her daddy. I convinced her, go talk to your daddy. She went talk to her daddy, found out that her mama was very abusive, throwing hot grease at him, tried to cut him, pull a gun on him. He tried to give her money for him. He said she don't know. He said he used to lay the money on the hood of the car. She used to, I guess she took the money, but never told the daughter, never told her nothing. And so years later, as an adult, she sat down with her dad, and her dad told her everything. He said, I couldn't come down there. She would be abusive. He said, I gave you money. She never mentioned it to you. You know, and so this is how he said, I got to a point, I just gave up, baby. I couldn't do nothing else for you. I just couldn't come up down there no more. I couldn't call you. He said, and it looked like I'm a bad man, but I wasn't. You know, and I was saying that these, and my ex said, well, maybe my mama was going through something. You refuse to hold this woman accountable for taking the most important thing out of your life, your father. And you will not hold her accountable. But I see women all day saying, my daddy wasn't shit. He a trash ass, and you don't even know. You just going on what your mama said. My daddy ain't shit. My mama said he ain't shit. He ain't shit. You ain't talked to him. You ain't sat down and said nothing to him. And I guarantee you, half the people that go sit down and talk to their father or talk to their father, they will know better. They will see that their father tried to be in their life. I'm telling you, it's terrible. And some women will allow the man to see their kids all the time. I'm not saying all women are like that, but there are some demonic women out here.
Yeah, but we're moving off the topic, right? Now we're talking about parental alienation. And you know what? I don't really have any I really don't feel sorry for these fathers. I think in the old past, when they try to do shit off book, I'd put a bitch in jail. I'm telling you, if I had an order to see my kids and she wouldn't let me do it, I would just call the cops on her ass every single time that she's not following orders. And men don't do that because we're stupid. You know, I mean, listen, if I want to see my kids, she's not going to stop me from seeing my kids. I'd have to battle her, yeah, but I'd be calling the shit on, especially if we have an agreement through the courts, man. And guys let the women get away with that shit. So it's really no real big excuse. You know, I would, first of all, if I'm paying child support, I'm going to put that shit on the books too. You put that on the books. You don't want to give her money that's not on the books. Right? Because 2 years, 10 years passed, and she said, you know, all that money, the courts don't count. And so you'll be in arrears and all that kind of stuff. Everything will be above board.
I'm going to see if my father-in-law is a sheriff. I'm going to see if I can get him to come on the show. And I'm going to tell you what he say, the cops say, when they go out to calls where the men are calling the cops on a woman.
Yeah, no, but
that's fine, BMU. But
we don't know about that.
Guys, I gotta say this too, man. Like, yo, as I'm also gonna say, like, some of us, we meet our real dad, and we're like, shit, we dodged a bullet.
Damn.
That's also true too. You know what I mean? Like,
honestly, I have no idea what
we ain't talking about domestic violence. I'm not talking about that.
No, I ain't talking about domestic violence either. I'm talking about coming to see the kids.
If you have you
got a court order?
There you go. So she worked with this stuff, so she can.
If you got a court order, show up.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, you say your father-in-law's a sheriff. I mean, of course, if you call the police on someone, well, a dad, there's no. I mean, usually that's a civil matter, though.
Yes, that's what the police. That's what he said.
There's nobody being abusive. Yeah, it's a civil matter. Nobody's being abusive. Nobody's doing anything to break the law. So no, the police can't get into that. It has to be a court order.
Yeah, but okay, so it's a civil matter, so you handle it through the civil courts.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
go
saying
to
when you
court
call the
for
police gonna say, "Hey, Mr. Payne, I
If it's
understand you
if
call
it's
the
not
police,
the
but there's
police,
nothing we can do about it. You have
you
to handle
put
this
it
in
on
court."
record that this woman is not letting you see your kids.
and
Paper
then go to
trail,
court.
BMU.
I
There you
mean, you
go.
know, you can
Paper trail.
listen,
Write a journal.
The civil courts come after men all the
Come on
video
up, Champ
tape.
Talks. But yeah, just think about that, Arpain. You sitting out in the front yard waiting on your kids. She talking, you ain't getting them.
Mm-hmm.
And you call the police and they get there, Mr. Payne, is everything okay?
I'm talking about handling it through the way you're supposed to handle it. Whether it's the police or not,
Mm-hmm.
there's a way to handle somebody not complying to a court agreement.
Yeah. I would say just use the technology, man. Record every damn thing. Every conversation, record it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
because
you know what? We could move off the conversation. Let me tell you, I don't agree with a man just giving up if you want to see your kids if you have a court agreement. I think that's bullshit. I mean, I'm not letting you off the hook. You know, I mean, come on. If you got to keep going back to court 100 times to see your kids, you either want to see them or you don't.
Yeah, but hold on, Arpain. Now it's easy to say that. Hold on. My brother-in-law, Patrick. You know Patrick, don't you see? My brother-in-law.
Yes, I do.
Him. They went to court. My brother-in-law went to court for my sister. I told my sister she wrong as two girls kissing in the back of a truck going to the prom. I told her. But in that situation,
I've heard this story, I think.
In that situation, I'm trying to put it together here. In that situation, it was really bad because the state represents the woman. So what happens, Arpain, the state representative will come to my sister and say, hey, listen, this is what we're asking for when he come to court. My sister go to work, have her day. The state representative is there. Guess what the man got to do? He got to use time off from work. He's gonna lose money if his job don't offer that, and then he got to spend thousands of dollars for lawyers because there ain't no state representative for the man. That means you have to have a really good 401k and a really good goddamn job.
Is this child support court or just regular like family court? This child support court?
Most people ain't married when they have their children, so it's most of it is just child support.
This is child support court.
And that's, guys, that's still between the mom and the biological dad. Like, what about the stepdad?
Well, and that's the point that I was making earlier when we got off a little bit. The point that I'm making is that sometimes the reason that this stepdaddy shit is a failure is because sometimes these stepdaddies come in and they act like bitches too. So they'll come in and let the woman put that pussy on them. Watch this. Put that pussy on them and make them, when he come around, flex on that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, let me get this video. I got a video on my phone right now of a man going to his ex house to get his daughter, and the stepdaddy say, you ain't getting her today. Shit, I got the video right. Let me screen.
PJ Washington went over to his baby mama house to try to pick up his daughter, and she ain't let him. PJ Washington just did it a couple months ago.
Yeah, the stepdaddy told her, well, she ain't going nowhere.
Is that the basketball player, coach?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, but that's a different scenario because there was no man stopping it. It was just some crazy women.
But you know what? Arpain, you know what happens? You know what happens, Arpain?
I mean, we're talking about the step.
If I go to a door, and a man tell me, come out my ex house and tell me,
you can't see
you ain't getting your daughter today. I'm gonna tear that whole front porch up with it.
No BMU, you don't do that. No. You have to, what you do is record it and go to court.
It out.
Oh man, the court take too long.
You got some situations, but hey,
I
don't know no dude on this panel right now who would
defend from charges.
I don't know what dude on this panel right now could be calm enough in that situation. Coach Furry, you went to go get your child, and a big old nigga come out the door tomorrow. You ain't getting her today. Come on, Ferg. You gonna hit that nigga. Stop playing with me.
No, I'm gonna call the police, man. And I'm gonna let them tell me.
Come on, okay, Ferg, you like
I'm gonna let them tell me what they gonna say, and then I'll
be honest. I'll be honest. Me, honestly, I'm breaking out the nasty habits.
Yeah. Tyrus, what you doing, Tyrus? Come on,
Soldier Boy meme. Pow,
Yeah, you got to do something.
Come on, man. Y'all lying like a mother. Y'all got to
Yo,
do.
you want
bro.
Y'all
Ain't no way
lying
you gonna
though.
do me like that, dog.
Y'all lying though. Hold up. All y'all lying because y'all got to go to work tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. You ain't going to throw all that away, man, acting for this little knucklehead dude.
That's right.
Hey,
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Coach, you know men are hot.
Man, you got a security clearance. You ain't going to let me. You got a security clearance to get in your job, but you ready to let some little knucklehead do. No.
Hey, sometimes,
Thank you, Coach.
you
Come on,
know
man.
them nasty habits. Come on, Coach Burns. You know about the nasty habits too.
This is
Y'all ain't
why
got a scar on your hand or nothing. Y'all ain't fighting nothing, man.
Now, Sierra, watch this.
You
Sierra.
already know about the
I'm
nasty
here.
habits. Come on,
Now, I'm
Coach
here in
Burns.
Texas, guys. I'm here in Texas. I just chat GPT this. I said, in Texas, if there's a civil matter between a mother and a biological father, the mother will not let the father see the child, and they have to go back to court for civil court. How long in between that time does it take to get back into the courtroom? This is what ChatGPT said. Y'all ready? ChatGPT said in Texas, a contested civil matter with children can generally take up to 12 to 24 months, depending on the heavy load of each court. 12 to 12. So you mean to tell me if I can't see my kid, I gotta wait a year to get back in the courtroom to fight for my babies?
And you might not even get to see your child.
For a year.
But that's what.
But if you don't take that route, now you
Men
got
can't
criminal
win.
charges
Men can't win.
or
Men can't win.
misdemeanors.
They said the more important cases like murder, homicide, all those are priority in the courts. So anything in a civil matter will be put on the back burner. The less time you can wait is the average time is 12 to 18 months. With a heavy load is 12 to 24 months.
It was a different court. Isn't it a different court than a criminal court?
And you got to remember, there's way more civil cases going on than murder and those kind of cases. You know,
Texas is a
way
different
more
kind
civil
of
matters.
Texas is different.
It's
Like
different.
even in Texas, like Texas right
Oh,
now.
y'all combine it?
Yeah, and me and Sierra got a baby together, right? We don't, Sierra. I ain't gonna put that out there. We don't know. But what I'm saying is, if me and Sierra had a baby together, and Sierra said, "Oh, okay, we not together no more," and the baby 13 years old, Sierra go put me. Me and Sierra married. We got a baby. In Texas, that baby 13 years old or older, she can say, "I want back child support." They will put you immediately 13 years in the rears for that fucking child.
Yeah, they can do that.
Facts.
That's why you pay. That's why you got to put child support on the books. You got to put child support.
That's why you got to keep it all on the books.
That has nothing to do with it. The court will put you on child support. They will put you in the rears 13 years.
You pay child support when the goddamn baby is born.
Well, yeah.
Oh, what? So you married to a woman and you paying a child support?
Wait a minute. If you divorce a woman you married to, how you paying child support if you're married?
Arpane, I want you to Arpane, you gotta come go to ChatGPT. It is men right now in Texas. If a woman is separated from a man more than 6 months, they put him on temporary they're still legally married. They can put you on temporary child support up to a year and a half, and they will put your fucking ass in arrears. Depending on how old that child is. If he's 13, you're 13 years. That's why so many men can't get their passports, their license suspended, because they got them $20,000 in the hole on child support and been divorced for 12 months.
It's a business, man.
Texas is one of the few states that charge interest on child support if you don't pay it for 6 months, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what,
your mortgage here.
Yeah. They'll double that interest like weekly. So you can be up to $10,000 in 4 or 5 months. So right, but again, this is the
I gotta read that shit for myself.
Yeah, you got to look it up, man. Texas got. I know people. I was in Texas for years, and I know people used to come back crying and talking about it because that's something
we were
that's
married
big.
for 12 years, and we just regular marriage. So we're separated. First of all, if you get separated from a woman, you got to divorce her.
Yeah,
you have to divorce her because she get pregnant by another man. That fucking kid's yours too.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. You know. So
hey, bro, there's something about Texas. Y'all got some weird
They
marriage
do.
laws, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
ain't gotta be
Oh,
mad
I
at
got
that.
some
I'm
crazy
sorry. I forgot.
shit.
I'm sorry. I forgot the last thing. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna let y'all cook. Here in Texas, you know why they put the men in arrears? If the child 13, 14, 15,
I
to
they
the
heard
put them
them
in
judge.
take care
arrears.
of I heard it's something to do about the benefits for the judges.
Yes, sir. They add interest to it. Like Coach Ferg said, you pay the child support and you pay the interest. It's just like you got a car loan. You pay the interest up until you get to the principal. What happens is that interest payments and all that shit on child support, it just keeps going.
Yeah,
And
keep going up.
guess what they do? They put it in the retirement fund for the judges. So what happens is when the judge retire, he's gonna have it when the chief of police retire. Anybody that's under a government law or judge or firefighter, fire chief, when they retire, their retirement fund comes from child support. So you think when you get in the courtroom, you got a fucking shot with these judges when they know that when they stick your ass, that's their retirement? Come on.
Two words. Kobayashi Maru.
Shit. Texas is a different animal. Texas is a different animal. You gotta the best state to have a kid in right now, and I know this the gay capital of the South, but the best place to have a child right now is Georgia. Let me tell you why. In Georgia, they didn't pass a law in Georgia. If you got a kid in Georgia, when the kid with you, you pay for the kid. When the kid with her, she pay for the kid. They got 50-50 in Georgia. So when the kid come visit me, I'm paying for the clothes, the shoes, the summer trips. When they with their mama, she paying for it. Shit.
Wait, BMU, didn't Prototype talk about that sometime back?
Yes, he did.
He was in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yo, can you pull up Cat and Cat's chat? Imagine if you were abandoned in a disabled institution during 1850, 1987.
What?
Yo, why did you have to post that? Like, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. Now I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole. Now I'm gonna imagine myself as a disabled, light-skinned dude abandoned in a fucking mental institution.
Bruh, stay away from that foxhole. Stay away from that foxhole, Tarus.
Am I at least mobile? Can I move around?
No, 1850. You was over folding sheets for the white man. What you talking about, man? 1850. 1850.
My ancestors were already independent in 1850.
Man, 1850, your ass was out in the field. Man, what we talking about?
My ancestors were independent already.
The mental institution in 1850. The mental institution in 1850 was the cotton field.
It was a cotton.
Exactly. Get your ass out there and cotton that field. Yeah,
man, don't have no baby in Texas. Go to Georgia. But here, they unlubricated broomstick right up your ass. They not playing with your ass here. They not. And you're gonna be in debt. You go to try to go to Dubai and see what they say about your passport. Oh no, sir. You got $16,000 back child support. We can't give you that. You're gonna try to escape this $16,000.
And they put it on your credit report too.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can't buy a car either. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they put it all on.
You can't buy a car.
They put that on the credit reports now?
They suspend your driver's license. They suspend your
I know about suspending driver's license.
They suspend your driver's license. You cannot get your license renewed unless you caught up. You cannot get a passport. I mean, it's bad.
I already know about that because some people I know went through that type of nonsense here.
You pull your credit. You're trying to buy a house. You pull your credit. It's a $25,000 child support.
I never
that has interest. That has interest monthly.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Not yearly.
50,000
monthly interest. Not So
damn.
Yeah.
Hey guys, y'all better just be out there choosing better, man.
Shit, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody, for the people that believe in God, I think demonic possession enters women when they no longer can have what they want and who they want. So you can be with a woman as long as you can, and you can be there with her and be there for her, and y'all can y'all can be fucking like rabbits. But let me tell you what's gonna happen when you piss off. Even the Bible says there's nothing worse than a woman scorned. When that woman, when you tell that woman it ain't gonna work, we ain't gonna be together no more, it's something in her that turns into a demon. And she's like, oh, we ain't gonna be together. I'm fucking your life up forever. She gonna want child support. She gonna run off all your girlfriends. She gonna want you to move on. She gonna be trying to fuck your car up. She gonna be dropping your kids off at your doorstep when it's not your weekend to have them. I'm telling you, y'all about to listen to me.
You know what's
But
you know what's crazy to me, Jim?
right?
I need a lot more stories like that because in our society we're getting less of them because these dudes ain't getting touched.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
A lot of these dudes would love to be in that situation right now. Where they had some crazy woman after them. A lot of these dudes out here BMU, they can't even get dates.
Yeah, they rubbing their dicks up against PlayStation sticks and shit. But all I'm saying,
no, I tell you what's the thing even crazy. I found this out. Like some dudes, like you got dudes in their 20s now going get vasectomies. Like,
yeah.
Like I heard that. Like my wife told me that. I was like, wait, are you kidding? She's like, no, seriously.
How old are they?
20.
In their 20s.
What are they doing?
Getting vasectomies.
Getting vasectomies.
But that's because dudes are bailing out. Dudes are seeing what they uncles and
getting a vasectomy. They don't want to get nobody pregnant.
Yeah, they bailing out, man. They don't want to.
They understand the dangers. They ain't even going to try to throw that hat in the ring.
Yeah, what's going on?
That's how much that's how much some guys have given up on dating. They not even going to try to put their hat in the ring.
Getting a vasectomy and trying to get some ass ain't mutually exclusive, man. What are you talking about?
Well, listen, we got another intellectual in the building tonight. Uncle Jeff is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. I remember Uncle Jeff said something a few weeks ago that I posted as a short. He said, Arpain asked him a question. Arpain said, Uncle Jeff, do nice guys finish last? Uncle Jeff said, nice guys don't finish last, but they don't fuck first. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Jeff's in the building. What's going on, man?
Wow. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
okay. Peace to the room. Hey man, I gotta look for that link. Because when it comes to social media, I'm 61 years old and everything that implies. I gotta catch it, man. I gotta catch it. I gotta catch up. I'm 61, man. I'm 61 coming up.
But what's your thoughts, man? Oh, he done froze. But yeah, man. So Sierra, while we waiting on Uncle Jeff to unfreeze,
I'm back.
Oh, there you go. You back. Go ahead.
Every day. Okay, here you go. Let me go. Let me go and do this. Can I? If I get rid of,
we're gonna wait. Okay. Now, Sierra, you have anything you want to add, sweetheart?
Yeah, which part though, man? We all over the place.
Anything she want. Uncle Jeff, you good?
Oh, I'm good. I was just checking to see what was going. Yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Let me add this real fast. Number one, as a victim of exactly what you're talking about, I have been drugged through miles of broken glass, razor blades, and pen piss.
Damn, boy, I want to hear this. While we waiting on Uncle Jeff, one of his co-partners, y'all don't know who Uncle Jeff is.
Your nephew or something to fix your internet, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's where I'm at, man. I'm in Big Bear. I'm up in Big Bear, California, and
you up there in the trees.
Horrible. It's horrible. Clean air, shitty internet. There are things you can do to protect yourself. Number one, incorporate yourself. Separate yourself from that 9-digit social security number. Pay yourself a salary. Child support is basically, at least here in California, built on two things: how much you make versus how much she make, and how much time you got your kids.
Pause, Uncle Jeff. Pause for just a second. Here in Texas, they don't check the women's income.
Okay, well then, well everywhere it's dependent. It's dependent upon your salary. Pay yourself a salary that you can, if you can justify, and that's the importance of getting away from your 9-digit social security number. Number two, if you think it's gonna go bad, right when it start getting stank, the one.
Damn.
Lock
It
up
was
again.
great.
We got
It's very good
cliffhangers,
tonight.
the natural cliffhanger and shit, man.
Okay, I'm back, niggas. I'm back, niggas. You know, it just be little. You okay? Don't get the sand out your pussy. It just happens real quick. Okay. File an income and expense declaration. I make this much money. Demand 50% custody. Demand it. Don't back down off of that. If you set this child support up on the salary you pay yourself, you make a reasonable salary, you make that affordable, and you set that up to come out direct deposit. If it comes out direct deposit and on time, it now affects your credit positively. That's the thing. You want it to, it's not, they gonna check. They put it on your credit because they expect you to be late. If you're on time, it's a weapon for you.
So it looks like a recurring balance, Uncle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're paying a monthly bill.
You're paying a monthly bill and you're paying it on time because it doesn't, just because they can report that you are $1 million in arrears. What is your support arrangement and do you keep that on time? As long as you keep that, these are the things. And the reason that young men, is probably going to freeze in a second, don't shit on yourself. The reason that young men don't want to get married now is because they have seen what their mothers and aunties did to their fathers and uncles, and they're not having that shit. Listen to music now. You know the difference between music now and when we was young? When we was young, them young songwriters love their mamas. These new dudes was raised with your daddy ain't shit.
Yep.
So that's why you ain't gonna be shit. A bunch of uncles that they didn't grow up with. They didn't dealt with that. And now what happens with every generation is that when you grow up, you start to judge your parents, adult to adult, for the decisions they made when you were a child. And after those decisions were evaluated by songwriters, after those decisions were evaluated by songwriters, that's where you get, you stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
Yep. Now, Uncle Jeff, I got something I want you to see. I got something I want all you guys to see. Give me just a second. Pull up here. Okay, here we go.
Well, a Houston father is facing 180 days in jail for overpaying his child support and over visiting his 11-year-old son. His attorney and a community activist are now demanding answers.
Somebody got to go on mute.
Somebody, kids.
Judges throw the book at fathers who fail to pay child support. But a father who says he's been doing the right thing now has an arrest warrant against him.
It's my responsibility to take care of it. You know, I brought him in this world. I have to.
Clifford Hall says he's more than happy to pay child support for his 11-year-old son.
I'm his father. You know, it's my responsibility to take care of it.
But Hall says when the amount of child support was modified, no one told him.
And I discovered that for some reason, his employer was withholding a large amount some weeks, a small amount some weeks, zero amount some weeks.
And I didn't want to go to jail, basically.
So Hall quickly paid almost $3,000 in back child support. When Hall and his ex-wife were in Judge Lisa Millard's court last November, he owed nothing.
Opposing counsel testified twice that he's all paid up.
But the attorney representing the child's mother wanted Hall to pay her $3,000 in attorney fees, and Judge Millard agreed. Court documents also reveal Hall wasn't following the court's scheduled times to pick up his son, another modification he says he knew nothing about.
The judge ended up sentencing him to 6 months in jail.
When she said, remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped.
This entire situation is shocking to me. I've never seen one like this.
Community activist Cornell X wants the state's judicial board to investigate.
The court failed the child. The court failed Mr. Hall. The system broke down.
I can't be there for my son in jail. I can't pay child support in jail. You know, this is not This is not in the best interest of the child.
Judge Lisa Millard says Hall walked out of court after he was found in contempt, which she says is a big no-no. Judge Millard also points out Hall's attorney could have filed a motion for reconsideration. She says that would have allowed her to hear both sides again and reevaluate the situation. Hall's attorney is now working on an appeal, and in a few days, Hall plans to turn himself in, and Don will, of course, keep everybody posted on how this plays out.
It really is a strange situation.
Very, very, very strange. I mean, it kind of shows that sometimes these things can be changed, modified.
Do we need to hear the rest of this from these white men? Okay.
Go ahead.
If I may.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Number one, this is, and women everywhere should be outraged because this judge is a pillar of inaccountability. It's your fault because you didn't give me the chance to hear both sides. Well, damn it, ain't you the judge from the giddy up? And shouldn't you be interested in both sides from the giddy up on the interest of the child? This is because this system has no interest in families other than to chew them up and destroy them. And the reason, and I'll say this in land, the reason that generally this is sicked on men is because, like BMU said earlier, when a black woman is up, when a woman is upset with you, we're gonna go ahead and say black is implied because we talk about sisters here. Her whole motivation is to chew up and destroy. She doesn't care what. A woman will shoot a hole in your boat knowing she can't swim. So we've seen it 100 times, and we didn't. This is not 5 men who got together last night and say, yeah, let's just team up on and talk a bunch of shit about women tomorrow. How do we all have similar experiences? How do we all have similar stories if there isn't some truth here?
Yeah, that's part of where the racism comes in, right? But the courts have a way of not saying it, right?
No,
that's not all.
No,
but,
do we need to? Could I please address that? Please allow me to address that. When y'all say men are dogs, we go, you know.
You froze again?
Another clip.
On time, right, Payne? Right,
relax. Just relax, niggas. Relax. I'm back. Oh, my sweet dick. Anyway, when the thing is that not only do women look for an out when you hear criticism about women, it's usually the women you're not talking to. I bet you, I am willing to bet on this sister that is right here, right now. I'm going to bet on your credibility that you are decent, you are honest, you are trustworthy, your heart is open. But when we talk about the women who don't fit that description, guess who show up first? You. And the problem is, the biggest problem for good black women is good black women. Because you do not separate yourself from the scallywags we talking about. As soon as we bring them up, you are the first to defend them, and they are doing your press. They're doing these
defending them though.
When you
I say all women because you said black women, just black women, period. So that includes me too.
Okay, well, here. I will
so
never
if you want
ever
to separate it, call them scallywags.
Okay. Well, that's I do.
I
do. Well, here's why I say black women. I say black women because again, your press is not being done enough by Felicia Rashad. It's not being done enough by classy, intelligent black women like yourself. Your problem should not be with me. Your problem, I say this all the time. It ain't but 3 horrible sisters, but them heifers is very, very busy. They keying up all the cars.
Very loud.
They doing all of this. Mm-hmm. This is not and again, from a dating problem, this is the issue that black men have. Is that when they see a new sister that deserves a fair shake, that ain't a scallywag, that ain't gonna cheat on them, that ain't gonna run through their money, they have no idea because she dressed like, act like, walk like, and defend the ones who do. That's the issue. So when you ask for all, You are defending all. We are not making the separation. We will no longer make it. And I'll tell you another reason why, sister. It is because of the math. I say this all the time. Any black man in a bad relationship that is not married is single in a bad relationship with a black woman. He's not bad at relationships. He's bad at math. Because before you count all, and I might freeze, don't shit. Before you count the sweet pickles, the just got outs, the PS5 captains that's gonna go to the Super Bowl twice while you at work, the ugly dudes you don't want, the violent dudes you should not want. Before you count them, and before.
He said going to the Super Bowl twice.
Before you count the rest of the earth's women clamoring to get with a black man and pushing and shoving in line, black women on this.
Jesus Christ, that's so funny.
Don't shit yourself. Do you understand that the 2 million black woman surplus in America, there are so many more of you that if the 2 million were zombies, in 72 hours, you would infect the world. That's how many of you there are more than us. So when you are dating a sister and you get the first red flag, look at her social media. What has she been saying? How has she been talking? What kind of sisters does she hang out with? What kind of sisters does she co-sign? Does she co-sign that rabbit-ass behavior? Does she wear them claws? We done told you, we're mammals. Mammals are repelled by claws. Does she wear a crazy neon hair? Mammals are repelled. When you see an animal in the wild with bright hair, that's to tell other mammals to stay away. We done told you what we want. All you are doing with your behavior is going, hi, over here, I'm uncoachable. Please do not approach me. And brothers need to stop. This is the other thing, and I'll land here, that pisses me off about black men. There are good sisters out there. But you would, instead of going to where you might think they are, we spend way too much time complaining about the scallywags. Don't. You don't have to. Anybody here heard of the Great American Black Woman Shortage? Me neither. There isn't one. The minute that you are not these two words, classy and pleasant, bring your playbook on into the office. Let's talk. And I'm done.
Oh, now, Uncle Jeff, I did hear the statistics today that there are 2 million, almost 2 million, close to 3 million more women than it is men, but more men are married than women.
Oh, sure. That math makes sense. Okay, here's how it works, bro. Right now. Once you break down, this is their choosing. We ain't got down to what we not choosing. The ugly ones, the fat ones, the violent. We ain't even got there. What every woman, we gonna pretend that I'm talking about black women because them the ones we love. I'm black. All my kids is black by black women. With all the hell they done put me through, when the green bitches with 3 titties get here, if you see me with one, just keep walking. Don't even say shit. I didn't pay. I talk about black women because that you can't say shit to me. Okay, all this nigga kids is black by black wives. Now, the problem is that black women don't see as their problem. Black women who want monogamy. Here's the numbers. For the dude you really want to be with or ought to want to be with, you are outnumbered 16-1. This means you are playing musical chairs. Not 16 women around 15 chairs. It's 16 women around one chair that a black man is already sitting on, and you are vying for the spot on his lap. When the music stops, mathematically, if you all want monogamy, that means that woman that just sat in that black man's lap, if you want monogamy for a black man, she has just sentenced all 15 of you to a life by yourself. That's mad. That's not, oh, that Jeff hate black with that. No, that's mad. So
No,
in the face, oh, did I say this in land? In the face of that mad, it revokes your stank license. Whether you want to use it or not, you don't have it. If you are not pleasant and classy, you will die on the cold prairie alone or next to them horrible niggas you raised that can't fix a flat. Go.
Okay, now I will say this and y'all can cook. This is what Uncle Jeff is referring to for those who read the Bible. Isaiah 4, verse 1 says, "And that day so few men will be left. It will be 7 women fighting over each man, saying, 'Let us marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids.'"
Oh, I forgot the Bible's fucking erotic novel for men. You know what I mean?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Tyrus, who was doing good. Tyrus, there we go. I knew you was going to come.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Fellas, that's fair. That is fair. That is fair.
So, go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. I'm gonna call. I call balls and strikes here, brother. Do you know why the God of the Bible sounds like a warmongering, misogynistic tyrant? It is because the people who put the Bible together were warmongering, misogynistic tyrants. There is no way around that, gentlemen. I am with him. If we gonna talk about the Bible for real, you fellas here who love to bump it, y'all gonna have to get some of the sand out your pussies, because if we gonna talk about the Bible for real.
Thank you.
There's a reason that the Bible does not have these two things: original words and white people. You can't find it nowhere in there. That's your shit. It's just been remixed and regurgitated in certain ways. So I feel what he's saying.
Hold on. So let's talk about this. So let's take the Bible out of it. Let's take the Bible out of it, Tyrus. You're telling me right now that it's never going to come to a point where it's almost 3 million more women than men. You don't think women are going to start sharing men?
Sir,
you don't believe
they're already doing that. Some of them doing that already.
I was stationed in Germany for 5 years where that was already a reality.
That's right.
Mannheim, Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I heard it went down to Coast Guard and Kaiser.
Well, that's all. Wait till you see a German girl built like Yo-Yo that'll do what you say.
Uncle Jeff, look, man, I brought a BMW back and a German wife back. You know what I mean? Been married for 18 years now.
Which BMW? I'm a BMW fanatic.
Hold on. I gotta do this because I gotta do this.
Clock it. Clock it.
You know you're gonna click that thing.
You gotta click it.
But yeah, man, like that. I've already seen that reality, and the reality is no, the women still aren't just fawning over men like that. You want to know why? Because women are already used to cohabitating with themselves. They're already used to having their own little community, and if you want to say not being lonely, or at least having a social circle, always having a social network. Men, on the other hand, the older we get, the more isolated we become, and if we are unmarried, it gets real bad, right? And so even if there's a shortage of women tend to be okay because they're more sociable than we are in general.
Well, you just, if I may, fellas, you just made a fantastic argument for a stable society from 1988. The problem with your formula.
2008, 2009, 2013.
Okay. Anywhere, pick your spot in the review mirror.
That's when I was there.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So that's the time frame I'm choosing.
Okay, pick
not
your
1988. Spot. Uncle Jeff, real quick, respectfully, not 1988, 2000, 2008 to 2013.
Okay.
Right.
You're discussing a time of what's today? March 23rd, 2026. That's in the review mirror, and anything else with it. I refer you to Russia, to Ukraine. I refer you to you are talking about a society, an economy and a society that is literally crumbling around your ears, brother. The only thing that props up what you are saying is a society that works. Ours does not. The world,
right? I've never mentioned that.
The world, no, you didn't. But I am looking at the fishbowl that you are discussing. I am discussing black people on this rock specifically, with the Strait of Hormuz still choked off, so gas will be around $10 before Santa Claus get here.
Yes.
Okay, that in that reality, brother, if you can't describe what you do easily, plumber, electrician,
locked up again.
Yeah, now it's starting to become a good thing because we're about to go back and forth.
DJ, well, I hope it's what you mean. The concept of me freezing is a good thing, so we don't go back and forth.
No, it's
It's
starting to become a sign that I'm not agreeing with you. I was just making a little.
Well, that's a good. Well, you know what? Bruh, if we all get up here and agree all night, it's fucking boring.
Can you continue, please?
Number two, I will. I'm continuing, but I'm gonna do it like a grown ass man the way I want to, and I'm gonna say what I'm saying. All right. It is good that we disagree because you are very smart. I don't have to be right. I'm learning as I'm hearing from you. And I think that's okay. I don't think either one of us should get butt hurt because we don't agree. I respect you. And I respect what you're saying. I just happen to disagree with it a little bit because I am looking at I am at the end of an empire again, but I've been here already because I read books. So I've been to Pompeii. I've read about how this shit goes. And if you watch empires, we are falling like dominoes. And at some point, dude, it's going to come back to a rebuild state. And in that state, there is no room for this relationship that you are discussing where women can survive by themselves. That has never, ever been the history truth in mankind until the world was nerfed in the late 20th century. Go.
So once again, the scenario that BMU specifically brought up was not a scenario where no men existed. It was that fewer men existed, which is the exact scenario I mentioned. So the fact that you just put words in my mouth already invalidated most of what you said. I never implied a scenario where it's only women surviving with no men. That's your problem.
I didn't either.
Yes, you literally just said that. Second,
I said no men.
At the end of the day, in this hypothetical, to go back to what BMU was talking about, no, Jeff, there isn't going to be a lot of polygamous or polymorphy because most of the dudes in this country are hot garbage. There are very few men that are going to be in a situation where they can even sustain themselves, never mind one woman, never mind multiple women, never mind multiple people on a compound. All right, so this little fanfic, this little fantastic little fiction that you guys got cooked up in your head where you think the country's gonna collapse and then all of a sudden you're gonna get chosen, right? Most of you guys don't own shit. Most of you guys don't know how to do the basics of anything.
Most of which guys?
No, stop. I'll let you cook. So most of you guys, right, when you want to bring up this polygamy stuff, that's not going to be you because throughout history, what Uncle Jeff forgot to tell you was that most of you guys never get the chance to procreate in the first place. Most of you guys will never get a chance to procreate, no matter how bad the country collapsed. So as bad as Uncle Jeff's Ukraine and Russia example was, because they're both at war, losing their men by the thousands over something stupid, we're not even close to that. Well, Uncle Jeff is trying to say that in a U.S. American version of a collapse, there's going to be women just looking for a bunch of fucking dudes to be for polygamous relationships. But guess what? Uncle Jeff, most of these women know how to handle themselves better than the men in this country. That's a fact. Uncle Jeff, guess who commits the most suicides in this country? Guess who's the most drug addicted in this country? Guess who's the most violent in this country? Swinging dicks like you and me. Guess who's most likely to get stabbed in the back by someone else in this hypothetical you're talking about? You and me stabbing each other. Right? So I really need you guys to stop pretending like in some collapse you're gonna be a hero, because the reality is you motherfuckers can't get it together in a first world functioning society. You're fucked if this world collapse.
Okay, is it all right if I respond, fellas, or did somebody?
Go ahead.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask brother how come, man, this shit is too damn small for me to read. Hold on. Tarus, yeah, bro. And again, a lot of good points.
Just chopping it up, sir.
Yeah, a lot of good points you made. And where do I start? Number one, it's easy to pick things apart when you talk in absolutes, which is why I never do. If I did, I apologize for saying no men. That defeats my point. Actually, in the scenario you laid out, I put the suit up there, you custom made it for me. Because you are absolutely right. I'm not talking about most people, ever. From this point forward, whenever you hear me speak, and especially when you hear me speak about black people, I am not talking about most, bro. Most of these, we agree. Most of these niggas, I'm not gonna make it. Most. I say this on stage. There is a list. There's certain words we need to bring back. There is a list. There are people who can't ride a bike without a helmet. Can't write in cursive. Can't count change. Can't fix a flat. Can't find north without help. We had a name for them people when I was young. We called them retarded. We need to bring that back.
Retarded.
Tarus, I'm telling you, brother, these people are in the French fry grease now. As this gets worse, they are going to be eaten off. I don't know how we can't look outside and see that if you do not, and you are right, most don't. I'm not in that most. You may not know this about me.
I agree with you. I know a little bit about you. I agree.
Yes, sir. I'm not in, and the cats I run with aren't. The cats I run with are ready, to include my sons, are ready. We know where to meet. We know how. Yeah. We know when we get there, if who ain't there, why, and why should we wait? We have these things in order, and there's people like us and people like yourself that you're not talking about. I know who you're talking about, and they are going to become. I don't know if you are familiar with Conan the Barbarian, the cartoon, the OG book. One, right? Yeah, the OG one. Yeah. There was a group called the Picts in there, the Picts. They were savages. These dudes that you are right about, they are going to become savages, but they do not equal everybody. The rest that is my turn, the rest that is left, the cats that can, doctors will be left, mechanics, welders, dudes that are good, dudes that are worth of shit will be left, because nothing else will work. When they come together, I am not discussing some fuck harem where everybody just lay around banging on whoever. I am talking about something like I'm in already, Tarus. I only have sex with my wife, but there are 2 of her friends that I do their bidding. When their car go to the shop, they call me. If they need a refrigerator moved, me and the homies go. Do you know what that's going to cost women in the future? Obedience, brother. You're gonna have to do what I say. And I'm not laying the pipe, and that's not what this is going to be. I'm talking about the women we are going to have to cover. And in order to get that Tarus, you got a tribe. I got a tribe. This is what I'm seeing in the future with this shit collapsing. And it ain't gonna take a couple years, bro.
I have to walk Uncle Jeff.
Yes, sir.
I am going to walk some of what I said back. I'm going to walk some of what I said back because now that you clarified it, we are on the same page. Because unfortunately, Uncle Jeff, I have been on panels with this conversation, and these dudes really just think it's going to be some sex fantasy. They really talk about it like that, and they really take it seriously, Uncle Jeff.
Those are Tarus. Those some of the niggas that ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna make it with this thinking because here's the way it works, and then I'll shut up. I'll shut up after this. This is the way it works, Tarus. You sound like a level-headed dude that's gonna wind up with some level-headed dudes. Let's just pretend we were within 10 miles of each other. Your tribe has a code. My tribe has a code. Because I know the dudes over there with Tarus, and I know the people over here, I'm going to try to encourage the women over here to get with the dudes that's over there with Tarus.
I see you in the back, David.
It's a bad thing that you froze, Uncle Jeff.
You on your own. If you want to deal with one of these horrible dudes, one of these horrible savages that's outside of the covenant that Tarus got and I got and our pain got, you do that. But now you're not under our covering. And God bless you. Take your provisions and get the fuck on out the gate. That's how it's going.
But this is where the rhetoric comes in, right? Most dudes, Tarus, I don't know if you 40 something. Yeah, y'all my favorite generation of mind-boggling men, right? A lot of y'all be in y'all feelings about it. No, a lot of y'all placate to y'all feelings about it, right? I agree with that. And but here's the thing. I guess if you 45 and under, you seen the weakest show up. You seen that. Not just with yourself, your family, your friend. You saw the weakest point in our history over the last 40 years, 45 years.
The
weakest point. Because men now spend their day, not all men, a lot of men run behind the woman and then say it's the woman's fault, right? They grew up, we talked about it. A lot of men have been taught how to be man by a woman.
How about that?
They didn't have a relationship with the father, who is probably could be the best teacher by default, right? No, I agree. But see, Therese, this is the thing. The men that we're saying that can't do it, those are your peers. A lot of those are probably your peers. If you're in your early 40s, BMU, that's y'all peers. That's why y'all can relate to it, right? Me, our pain, and Uncle Jeff, we older, right? So we've always had to work our way through it. There was no one giving us a way out to say, focus on your feelings, because we saw the reality of what it is. Now, and I'll shut up after this, right? The men who didn't know how, well, they don't, we can say they don't know because they don't have the years and experience. And now those men are hearing from their peers, the women and people who we want to default go to, telling us that we're not good enough. And those men are taking the time to not become the baby daddy, to not get with that. You know what I'm saying? They putting themselves as the priority, over the next 10, 15, 20 years,
see the difference.
You'll see a difference. And the ones that want to play the adult game, that think that they can keep smashing and, running through the streets, those days will be long gone. So you'll be able to sit out on your front porch with your children and grandchildren and throw the football and get back to playing the street ball games. But this is a gray era right now, and it's a lot of men self-correcting by default, and our women going to have to find a way to say, you know what? Let me reset. Let me level set, because they have sons too. And
I'm going to say this, Coach Bird. I'm starting to feel old in my early 40s. I'm feeling old. Let me tell you why.
You feeling old?
Because what you see,
You feeling old?
because of
Feel
what
that
you and
shit
Uncle
now.
Jeff and Arpain is saying. Now the stupid shit y'all seen from y'all point of view, now we're seeing it from ours. There's not a time, right? And so Sierra's on here, so she knows our coaches, Coach Brown, Coach Lewis, all our coaches who are very masculine, muscular men who didn't take no bullshit from nobody.
At
These
no
are our coaches.
time.
These are our Am I lying, Sierra?
Mm-hmm.
The
No, you ain't lying.
The niggas didn't take nothing off. They treated boys like men. And so my thing is this. I'm looking at a generation right now. I know Tyrus is going to say something because he ain't going to agree with me. He never want to agree with me. God damn it. But now we looking at young men. I can't handle it, bro. I feel like I'm in another world. I can't handle these young men now running up. That's why I don't coach no more. I can't stand these little fuckers running up to me with pink nail polish on.
I ain't gonna let you get away with bowing out like that. I ain't gonna let you do it.
Listen.
I ain't gonna let you do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it with these little boys. I can't do it where they went from saying, yeah, coach, to okay.
But what I'm saying,
it bothers me.
Before you go, Coach Ferg, right? Before you go,
they were still following your direction, right, BMU?
They have proof that the testosterone levels over the last decades have been going down.
Yeah,
maybe it's the food, maybe it's this, but there's no doubt that the men of today ain't like they were yesterday.
Woo!
And it's not.
Okay,
hold on. It's not just because they were just raised by women. There's more shit going on. But I mean, the men today have acquiesced their position. I think, listen, Tarus, I heard your soliloquy about how great women are and shit. And I don't disagree, okay? But the point is, I don't want to be.
You ain't the only one up here like pussy.
Right. I don't want to be led by them because let me tell you, they got certain flaws, even in their greatness, that don't make them the best leaders of men. Okay? Period. And anybody who thinks that shit
just started another war, Payne? Which gender just started another unprovoked illegal war in the Middle East?
It's not a war.
Man,
it ain't got nothing to do with me.
What do you talk? What do you mean that doesn't have anything to do with it?
Question. That's the problem. Hippity hop, mob, stop. I don't do this normally. Everybody shut the fuck up for a minute. Everybody. This man, Tarus, like it or not, guess what he is when we are long dead? The wisdom of the future.
Okay.
We are here not to compete with him, but to share with him and dispense wisdom, which means we need to let him like young retarded kids. You can't. They got that retarded people strength. You can't hold them. You got to let them just run it out. And then when they stop,
they wouldn't get. I wasn't getting.
That's not what's happening here, gentlemen.
Well,
this is not about him. I'm admonishing us. I will, no, if I could.
Well,
we gotta approach this different.
But the admonishment that you're doing is not necessary because I agree with you. I wasn't getting ready to attack Tarus, okay, right? Because I hear what he's saying.
No,
I'm just saying that I was going to answer his question also that it was men who started this.
Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, so I hear what you're saying, but I mean, it's okay. But we weren't going to get into a typical argument over.
You're already well. That was the on ramp you were on, RP.
No, that's what
you turn signal on
because you cut me off.
You was in third. Have you ever felt a 4-cylinder at the top of third? That's the
Well, maybe you jumped the gun, Uncle Jeff.
I don't think so.
Always talking about me. Listen. We know, right? God damn! I think, man, I really believe like people is obsessed with Trump. All I'm saying is this: we always talk about that. Listen, I believe this stuff that we dealing with right now. I understand who started the war and everything goes back to the war.
Right.
I'm talking about just like we have to vote in our cities and our towns for the judges and the local stuff. Just like we have to school boards and stuff like that. I'm focusing on that as for community wise, and I'm saying to you now, everything that Coach Ferg, you in coaching, bro, they didn't took tackling. You can't even kick the ball off no more. You can't kick the ball off and go smack a motherfucker in the mouth no more. Now they kick the ball. Everybody have to sit still now. I mean, I'm confused. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, the new rule says that they can't hit each other. Then you can't block a punt. You can't block a field goal no more. So everybody got to stop and look up until the field goal get kicked. I say, what kind of shit is going on here? Like,
it goes back to what Uncle Joe said.
Guess what gender wrote the rules?
Yeah.
Guess what gender, BMU, keeps writing the rules and changing the rules of football? Dudes.
Who are they influenced by?
Dudes.
No, sir. Stop it.
Yes,
Pussy
they
runs the
are.
world. Boy, pussy runs the world. Stop.
BMU, they're influenced by themselves because guess what? Surprise, surprise. A father also doesn't want to see his boy get knocked out.
Let me ask you a question, Tyrus.
You know what I mean?
We'll teach him how to fight, Tyrus. Teach him how to fight.
You don't believe, Tyrus? Do you not believe?
No,
Ask your question, Tyrus.
Yeah, go ahead.
All those decisions that Bill Clinton made. You don't think Hillary had no influence on that motherfucker for any decision?
She absolutely did. But at the end of the day, BMU, she absolutely did influence. But at the end of the day, we always want to come up here and say the men are the ones who lead and the men are the ones who make the final decision. Well, based on your own logic, BMU, who made the final decision? A fucking dude.
Hold on.
BMU, stop. BMU, under which gender got us in $39 trillion in debt?
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Right. Which gender shut down all the factories here in the Midwest and shipped them motherfuckers overseas?
Okay.
And told all of us up here, we're going to pass the savings on to the consumer.
Yeah, cool.
What gender did that, BMU?
Cool.
By the way, BMU, the child support laws that you're whining about in Texas, guess who wrote the fucking laws? Men.
No. Men didn't. Bitch ass
men
niggas. Weak ass bitch niggas that ain't strong enough with no fucking backbone. That's who I'm talking about. It wasn't no real niggas.
Let's say Texas.
Real niggas like me up on that bitch.
Whoa. And don't mess with Texas. Weak bitch men and don't mess with Texas. In red state, we're gonna succeed from the Union, Texas.
Hey, look, hold on,
the fuck out of here.
Hold on. And I'll add another one. Just like that weak ass Barack Obama, y'all keep sucking his dick backwards through a straw in an icy plant. Weak ass Barack Obama.
Obama didn't bend over. Obama didn't bend over for Bibi Netanyahu like Trump did.
Obama got in office. What did Obama say? Obama said, "I believe."
Obama stopped the run. Obama stopped the run from getting a nuke against Bibi Netanyahu. Trump is on his knees right now sucking that Israeli dick.
Obama said, "I believe that marriage is between a woman and a man. I stand firmly on it." I got the fucking video. And then 2 years later, when his wife
and Trump said he didn't know Stormy Daniels, BMU. Trump said he didn't know Stormy Daniels.
2 years later, after
Trump said he didn't know who Epstein was.
Get on TV and say, what did he say? Get on TV and say, I believe that it's fair for all Americans.
Trump said no new wars, BMU. Trump said no new wars.
From his wife.
Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files, BMU.
Excuse me, if I could, gentlemen.
Some of your favorite people on that list.
If I could.
You voted for people on that list. That's what's funny. That's what's funny. Only one of us voted for somebody on that list. Only one of us voted for somebody on that list, and it wasn't me.
So
me wasn't BMU. Because guess what? Obama wasn't on the list, Biden wasn't on the list, and Harris wasn't on the list. And guess what, BMU? Guess what, BMU? You missed me with the Clinton because I was 5 years old when that motherfucker became president.
I don't care. I don't care.
No, but I care. But guess what? Trump was on the list.
I don't give a fuck about that. All I give a fuck about is everybody that was on that motherfucking island. Don't nobody want to talk about Whoopi, Oprah, using private jet. Nobody want to talk about your
Trump.
motherfucking people. Yeah, Trump, Whoopi, Oprah,
masculine man, Trump.
John McCain, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, John McCain's wife, Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, Tom Hanks. All these.
Wait, Chris Rock was on there?
Yes, Chris Rock was on the list.
Oh shit! I didn't know Chris Rock was on there.
So y'all want to talk about all these motherfucking people? Ain't nobody want to talk about them motherfuckers.
Okay, can we do this? I
didn't know Chris Rock.
In the interest, again, in the interest of Tyrus, I'm gonna be a little Tarus. I'm gonna lean heavy toward this brother because he's younger than us. So what I'm supposed to do? No, bro. You are, if you know anybody 15, Tarus, you supposed to teach them. I guarantee you, this is what I got on you, Tarus. I bet you ain't fucked up as much as I have. I bet you. We can lay mistakes out here right now, and I bet you I got you by miles. You ain't had the time to fuck up like I have.
Fair.
Okay, and from that place, maybe, just maybe, I might know something that might help you.
You've already told me stuff that already helped me. But
well, buckle up. With regard to, I like to say, politics is a shit hill, and the higher you get, the more you got on you. Mm-hmm. You are not going to pick a good president. I dare you. If you need Trump to be the worst one, he's the worst one. If everything you want to say about Trump is right, I am not. Anybody who argues you is foolish. But the same fools believe that an 82-year-old man that wears a fucking diaper can get this shit done by himself. I'm 61 in May, and I know how good naps feel, nigga. He is not doing this shit alone. He is the head. All a president is
a face.
America is a roller coaster that it takes about 4 years to go around. The president is on the front seat of that roller coaster. He does not have any control over when it stops, when it starts, how fast it goes, what the track was that was laid before him. The president is the winner of a popularity contest to see who the rest of the government knows that the rest of the unwashed masses will take the shit from best. Mm-hmm. That's it. So to pin roses over one on the other is foolish. To say that Obama is anything other than the dude in the front seat that did what he was supposed to, that untied the knots that we had with Africa. That's what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to incite the unwashed white masses to be angry because everything with him. This is one of the reasons we are here, brother. It is because the backwards inbred banjo picking country fuck trailer trash of the South could not stand that man was everything that they weren't. And I am no Obama fan at all, brother, at all. I can rattle off a list. That was the other thing I was going to beg you to do, is to ask me the same questions that you asked my man BMU. Because I'm not going to be adversarial with you. I'm on some Jedi shit. I would love to answer those questions.
So I'll answer this. Okay, I'll ask you the question I asked BMU. Mm-hmm. Was Obama in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
No.
Then what the fuck are you talking about right now? You see, because that's what we were going back and forth about, Uncle Jeff.
Stop. You asked me a question. Allow me to answer.
You answered it, and
no,
now I'm going
you
to
just
continue.
asked me another one. You just asked me another one. Did you just ask me what the fuck am I talking about?
Uncle
I'd like
Jeff,
to answer that.
Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead.
My first answer, yes. Why don't you let me? I'm not going to be adversarial with you, brother. I'm going to answer your questions. Answer number one has 2 words in it. Flint water. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about the commander-in-chief.
Thank you.
If you want to watch the footage, I'm talking about the commander. My turn. I'm talking about the commander-in-chief. My turn. Bruh, did you ask?
No, because spare me the history lesson. Make your point. Spare me the history lesson. Make your point. Because the thing was about masculinity and the Epstein files, not policy, Uncle Jeff. You weren't fucking listening. BMU and I went back and forth specifically about the Epstein files, not Libya. not drone strikes, not Flint, Michigan water, which I agree with because all presidents have a past, as you already mentioned. Because Uncle Jeff, I'm going to ask you a question again. When have I ever implied that any president was perfect?
Never.
Never. But I did imply only one of us voted for somebody who was on the Epstein files, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes. So why is it that you go on a tangent about some shit I didn't say?
You're asking me a question. Can I answer that?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Why are you going on a tangent about something I didn't say?
Here's why. And I'm going to try to answer you uninterrupted. And this is the last time. And after this, because I give you the respect to speak, if you interrupt me again, I'll just make clips. And you really won't look well there. I don't want to do that.
Clips, bro. I don't give a fuck.
So you don't want to talk? You don't want to talk. Is that what you're telling me?
Bro,
I've been unfair to you. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? I've been unfair.
No, but
then why then I don't understand that I don't understand your energy with me? I don't. I think one motherfucker up here went to bat for you. I think.
I didn't ask you to.
Do we
Can
have
you
to
just answer the question, dog?
I could.
Just answer the question. Just answer the question, please. I didn't ask you to do any of that.
Punished.
Motherfucker saying that shit like I asked him to do it, like I owe him a favor or some shit. Just
No,
answer
it's
the
not
question.
about favors. It's about respect.
Oh
it's
my
about
God,
the fact that I
bro.
haven't disrespected you.
Oh my God.
It's about the fact that I have not disrespected you. Now, here is why I went on the tangent. Because the conversation to me was about the report cards of two presidents. That's what I heard. If we are just talking about debauchery, Trump got it hands down. I don't know what Obama's done. I agree with you. Again, like I said, if you will allow us to have a conversation, you will see that I agree with you more than not. And that energy you have is connected to dealing with past niggas, not me, bruh. I'll say I'm sorry. Watch this. You're right, I'm wrong. I shouldn't have went on that tangent because I thought it was about the generality of presidents. If it's just about debauchery, Trump wins hands down, and there's prophecy about him already, but we won't even go into that. I agree with you. Please understand that it is possible to agree and disagree without being stank. Because I don't plan to be stank with you. I don't. You got it, bro.
So, just to clarify, even though you agree with what I was saying, you decided to address me and disagree anyway?
Okay, I'm a little unclear there. But,
right. So this is the second. So, okay. This is the second time BMU and I were getting into it about something.
Mm-hmm.
You misheard and you decided to direct your rhetoric toward me. This is the second time now.
It's like a cartoon.
Okay. Once again, you just finished saying you agree with what I was saying, which again means for the second time, you weren't actually fucking listening the first time.
No, that doesn't mean that. No, it doesn't. I can hear you clearly. What your problem is that you need to be disagreed with so that you can get to this place that you like to communicate. And I'm saying to you, when I hear you in another gear, that you don't need that gear. And you certainly don't need that gear with me. Just because I agree with you does not mean, and that's the problem. Everybody's smart, Tarus. So there's a good chance that we're all right about the same thing from different angles. BMU wasn't wrong. His approach, even in this, brother, I feel like, and I understand these cats' frustration with you because we have a communication gap. Older dudes communicate different. You communicate a little different. I am willing to breach that gap. You can't say enough, and then I'll land the plane here. You can't insult me enough. You can't say enough. You can't talk in enough circles for me to be upset enough to not have this conversation because it's not about us. At some point, as I have said before, young man, people much younger than you are going to come looking for wisdom, and they're going to go to your generation and find themselves void. And they're going to have to come back to videos like this, where we are talking, and they will form their own conclusions. And if I'm full of shit, then I'll be full of shit to them. If I'm full of wisdom, I will be full of wisdom to them. And you and I are in a dojo sparring right now. That's all it is to me, brother, other than imparting wisdom to you. I don't need you to be wrong.
Uncle Jeff, so far you've said you've agreed with me, so all I've been doing is taking friendly fire from you.
No.
Do you not understand that?
Lord
yes,
Jesus, man.
yes,
So BMU, can you pull up Marquand Bowie, Marquand? I don't want to say Marquand. I don't want to mispronounce your name.
Lord Jesus.
See how black people treat other black people. See how the younger generation show disrespect to the older generation, even while being explained that there's no disrespect, almost like a woman. Let me be very, very clear here, bro. I am very passionate about what I say. And if I show emotion, so fucking what, bro? Because I am a grown man and I can show whatever I want. You know what I mean? I got 27 months. Hold on. I got 20. Hold on, stop. Respectfully. I got 27 months in the desert, Marquand. 27 months, bro. I'm 38 years old. I've been married 18 years. I know how to pull an engine. I know how to chop down wood. And guess what, bro? I can do it emotionally. I can chop down wood passionate. And guess what? I'll still be more masculine than you ever will.
Oh, jeez, man.
I don't know that. I think you get. I think a lot of times. I think a lot of times. And again, this is a wonderful teaching moment. There is nothing. It is possible to be entirely masculine, but entirely affected by feminine energy. I don't believe that a lot of dudes. Okay, I don't believe that a lot of dudes your age are. Just because they daddy wasn't around, equal they gay, equal they soft. I don't believe that. What I do believe, is that they have not been around and in the atmosphere of lions who can find resolution at level 2. Female conflict resolution has 3 gears: 1, 2, and 10. This is why. Go look it up. Google it. YouTube it. The fear of a father's voice. Man. I love these clips where these toddlers, these kids get out of line and they mama's going bananas and all daddy got to do is walk in the room and go, sit down. It is a generation that has not been raised in calm, submissive, calm energy. Calm, powerful energy that a calm, powerful, stoic man brings about just because he step in the room. Tarus, you there's a Mrs. Tarus, right?
Yes.
Bruh, you saying y'all got babies?
Yeah.
Look here. I bet you this is true in your house, Tarus. In the words of Chuck D, they ask me where I get it from. I get it from my pops, because with a man in the house, all the bullshit stops. There is an energy that you can come in a room with and just shut shit down. What I am telling you is that dudes in your age range, that energy has been tainted by an overwhelming feminine energy. And it's not you. It's not you. And just hear me out, young brother. It's not you. It's kind of like you raising good kids, but they got to go outside. It's the influences of outside. It is the influences like to bring it back to what BMU was talking about. We raising a tank, a monster at 11 years old to go play football, but he's on the field with 10 other fingernail polishers.
That's a good pause right there. Tarus, I'm gonna ask you a joke real quick, right? Was you in the military when they gave out stress cards?
No.
All right.
What branch?
I was in the U.S. Army, active duty for 8 years.
Okay, cool.
And
So,
like, Coach, Even if I was, why the fuck would that matter?
All right,
because
you know what I mean? Because at the end, no. Because I'm sorry, this gets back to this generational crap. Where
not
if
great.
you go back and you keep going back, this country and the society's been going to shit since 1776.
Okay,
so every generation is going to point to over. You part of that generation?
No.
Society has been going since 1776.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with right now.
Let me ask you something, Tyrese. Real quick, if I may. They brought up the stress cards. I'm just going to ask this question. I'm not being facetious. I swear to God, I'm not. Do you believe other countries who are not our allies or countries who may want to go to war with us in the future?
Don't get ahead of me.
Or prayerfully not. Do you think they have stress cards?
I don't know.
Let's say China.
He didn't ask you what you knew. He asked you what you thought.
Yeah, I said, what do you think? Do you think China has stress cards for their soldiers?
Do you think?
No.
Why?
Because they do things differently over there.
Mm-hmm. And so if we continue to create the men that we're creating for the stress card era, do you think we'd have a chance in a war?
Yes.
Against men who are nowhere near sensitive or as emotional as a man?
Yes, because your sensitivity does not prevent you from getting hit with a drone. Your sensitivity does not prevent you from getting hit with an airstrike. Your sensitivity does not prevent you from getting hit by some shit 1,000 miles away. We have modern technology right now, guys.
Hold on, Tyrese.
Modern warfare. Our military is constantly evolving. You're talking about a Chinese, real quick. You're talking about a Chinese military completely untested in any battlefield.
If you give me a second, Tyrese, your sensibilities might stop you from pressing the fucking button you need, though.
Really?
It might stop you from doing what you're supposed to do.
Okay, but I'm not the president of the United States. I don't have the nuclear football. At the end of the day, we talking about this fucking level right here. Okay, and at this level, my 5.56 round is going to do the same amount of damage whether you got more emotional intelligence or not.
Okay,
that's a fact, R-Pain.
Is it all right if a military man jumps in?
Who you gonna use it on? We got the same.
You gotta have the temperament.
Yo, let's go. Hey, bro, if y'all want this smoke, y'all want this smoke. I'm the youngest, but I'm 38 years old. If y'all want this smoke, let's go, man. Come on.
Okay. Wait a minute, guys. As the United States Marine, I'd like to talk to him truth to truth, if that's okay.
Man, can't army to army talk. Army. Yeah.
I
was just trying to talk because I asked that question for a reason, right? Because Tyrese, I would say your peer group, right? The guys you was in high school, the guys within your peer group, right? There has been a shift in man being able to take on tasks. Sometimes even with the name unfiltered, right? Now men are more filtered. And they get locked into their emotions too early because and I guarantee anybody with young children can see it in their own children that their children have confidence, right? Your children, that they'll be ready to take on the world with you. But it's a lot of men in that peer group are hiding behind their feelings about regular life survival stuff. And that's where
I agree, Coach. And so I don't understand why that applies to me because I'm very open with my emotions, and I ain't got a confidence problem.
But this is where it confuses me with you. You're telling all the other men to, hey, you're an example of what they should be trying to be in a sense.
Yes, you should be able to own your own home. You should be financially stable.
Hold on, Tyrese. Hold on. Now you at a mature age, right?
You don't want to hear the resume.
No, but listen. What I'm saying is, brothers are going there. You wasn't owning a home at 22, 23, 24.
Damn sure wasn't.
Okay, so listen. They're moving up to that ladder. So maybe by 30, 35. They can have that wisdom, and again, they can't become a baby daddy. It's going to be a lot rougher. They have to be able to create their own families. They have to be able to take advantage of the military and the education that America provides. Because if you living in America, you got you only got 3 or 4 choices. Everybody can't navigate a YouTube page and ain't got the articulation. Everybody ain't really got the motivation to say, despite of what happened, I can still be. And I think I'll shut up. Men are getting that notion together. And we ain't gonna see it today. But about 2030, it's going to be a lot more brothers on the up and up doing better than the sisters, because the sisters are still playing the game.
I really understand that you guys might be off-put by my passion or just outright emotion. I want to be very clear here. That probably has something to do with having a Puerto Rican mom growing up with a bunch of Puerto Rican women from the Bronx.
Okay.
And then now I'm in a household with a wife and 2 daughters. Right. Okay, yeah. So maybe so that's why I didn't get pissed off when Uncle John talked about feminine energy, because I was like, yeah, probably checked all the fucking boxes. And guess
I didn't mean it as an insult, bro.
And I know you did. That's why I said. That's why I didn't say anything. Yeah. Right. I literally just said that, Uncle Jeff. Yeah. So, Coach, you want to know why I didn't say anything, Coach? Because I'm glad I got to tap into that. Because now, unlike a lot of you older guys who are emotionally stunted and don't know who you are without finances, don't know who you are without this idea of materialism, I know every aspect, the good, the bad, and ugly of who I am and of my emotional range. And Coach, guess what? I know that even before the combat PTSD, I was probably a little bit emotional, and the combat made it a hell of a lot worse. And you guess what? I'm still up here because that's what masculine men do. You accept your flaws, you work on it, and you still show the fuck up. Most of these men today that call themselves masculine, Coach, look how many fucking losers can't even show their face on camera. They got so much to say, but they can't even cam up.
I agree with that.
I get that. I get that.
People, Coach, throughout the years have had so much smoke for me in the chat. BMU knows this, and yet they won't cam the fuck up and say it. Guess what, Coach? They got so much smoke for me, but they'll never actually physically threaten, because at the end of the day, you know what they also know, Coach? I probably shouldn't threaten a combat veteran with PTSD.
That's a bad idea. That's a really bad idea. So on the list of bad ideas, that's high.
You won't say anything else. Okay?
Let me say this, Uncle Jeff, I'm gonna let y'all cook again. My thing is this. Where we are now, seeing the young men now, guys, I'm telling you, it's so depressing. Because when we grew up, we got a foot put in our ass. And so now you can't do that anymore. You can't. There are certain things you like, even with coaching. Coach Ferry probably knows this. There's certain things you can't do. You can't do bull in the ring no more. You can't do certain tackle drills no more. I mean,
no more Oklahoma drills?
No.
Anymore. They stopped all of this shit.
They've been gone 10, 15 years.
I'm 42 years old. I should not be able to go in the locker room with 12, 16-year-olds and beat all their asses at one time. I should not be able to do that. These boys are weak. They get hit. I've seen a 13-year-old boy has so much potential. 13 years old, damn near 6 foot tall, 225, 230 solid. Get hit and he's crying like a bitch.
Okay, what you are.
His mama, get some Gatorade. Give him some Gatorade.
I'm gonna need everybody to put the tinfoil hats on right now. Okay, I'm from an eagle eye view. What you are complaining about, what the same thing that Tarus is complaining about, was by design, agriculturally by design, chemically by design, socially by design, by those. And if we get in the way back machine for a minute, to agree with Tarus, every war that we have ever been fought has been waged by men. We don't want to count how many have been caused by women. Now,
you better talk, Jim.
Look here. That's why I said I wanted to talk to the brother man to man. I ain't going to beat him up. I mean, why you got to beat him up for? That's okay. He is a young Jedi. I am a master Jedi. Okay, he just got his lightsaber. I can.
Oh wow, he's a Padawan. Is that it?
Bro, no, he just got it. He just got it. This brother here deserves a sword. He deserves a lightsaber. There you go. We are supposed to teach him. He gonna get his own shit. He gonna use it his way. But because he ain't fucked up as much as me, he can't float around the room and disappear yet like me.
Exactly.
But he gonna get there.
Fair.
Okay, but he deserves them.
Uncle Jeff, somebody said asserting a lie doesn't make it true. I guess he's talking to you.
He said what now?
Asserting a lie doesn't make it true.
Okay,
explain yourself, man.
Yeah. What that right there? Here's my problem with Jesus. He was supposed to be here 2,000 years ago, but the letter J is only 500 years old. So that's 2 reasons for you to stop talking like Jesus and just make it plain. I don't know that's cute and parably, but what the fuck does it mean?
Uncle Jeff, is that true? Is that true?
What?
That is true, yeah.
I don't want you going on. I don't want to ruin what you're saying, but that's true. The letter J?
Young man, you see how my name is spelled Geoff?
Yeah.
That's the way you're supposed to spell Jeff. The letter J came along. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to arm you with some shit. Christianity was cooked up. Jesus didn't know shit about Christianity. Jesus was a menorah wearing, a yarmulke wearing, menorah lighting Jew. He knew nothing of Christianity. It was some shit Constantine cooked up in the Council of Nicaea 300 years after he was supposedly here. It don't have nothing to do. All this Hoda de Boko Shah and shit. Most black people who run Christianity down your throat, Tarus, have 2 things in common. No passport. They ain't been nowhere. Most of the places they've been is just another palm tree to fuck under. They ain't been to Egypt. They have been nowhere that questions what they were given here about their eternal soul from people who were convinced they did not have a soul. So yes, brother, there is much for you to learn. But that is not to say that the Bible does not have truth in it. It's just the Bible got truth in it the way Kool-Aid got water in it.
Yeah, sure. Hey, listen. Go ahead. Who's finna cook? Anybody? Because
there's my meal. I'm done.
Listen, man. So we're gonna go ahead and end this thing, man, because all of us need to go get some sleep. Tyrus, Tyrus, what's your show about tomorrow? Tell everybody.
Oh, you got a show?
Yeah, he got a show on the network, brother. He every Wednesday.
Oh shit.
So BMU, our Payne coach Anton, you know that I have said, and Uncle Jeff, I don't know how long you've seen me around, but I've always said that while the red pill is necessary, I think there's been a lot of people in there giving a lot of wrong information. And so unfortunately, I'm going to be talking to the American red pill man directly and telling him what's wrong and how he needs to correct himself.
Okay, so send me all that. But I want to say this too, guys. I saw you talk about red pill. I want to do the flip of that. I know a podcast that's on YouTube right now. Uncle Jeff, you're familiar. He has a male name, but you can say it as a female name.
Oh, I was on there today. Yeah, I'm gonna make some monster clips. Go ahead.
And last week, I have it clipped. Last week they were having a show, and they were discussing: is it okay for children? It should be okay for children to go to a nude beach with their parents. Let me say this again. Let me say it again. Say it slow so y'all can understand what I'm saying. They were saying it is okay for children to go to a nude beach with their parents and naked bodies. Men should not be attracted to women because they're naked. They should just be it's just a body.
What's the problem?
But I don't understand. Me personally, having children, I would never take my daughter to a nude beach so she can see my dick or anybody else's dick. I would
can never take you to France or Italy or none of that shit.
None of that shit. My
Like,
children
you can't go
could not-
anywhere cool, bro.
Yeah,
don't forget Brazil
can't
too,
go
man.
anywhere, bro.
Don't
Like,
forget Brazil. It's like that as well down there, bro.
But I'm just saying, like, you guys, I'm gonna ask y'all this, and then we can go. Maybe I'm stupid because I said to myself, there's no way I could take my 15-year-old daughter butt naked to a nude beach, and my daughter's 15 years old and around grown ass men who is 30, 40 years old walking around with their dicks out. Like, I don't understand how people can even agree with that.
oh, so if they were small, you'd be cool with it.
Hell
No.
It's the size that matter, huh?
No, he didn't say small. He didn't say anything about size.
No, nothing. I just don't see how
you brought up size. He didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I just don't understand how you can go to a nude beach naked. I'm talking about women or men. I don't want my 15-year-old son going seeing a woman laying out on the beach on the towel with her pussy wide open. I don't want my 15-year-old to see that.
BMU, like, I think this is why I get so frustrated sometimes, because the lack of self-control, and y'all, and I'm the emotional, passionate one, and yet you guys are the ones who can't. Like what? The moment you see a naked body, your dick get hard. Like, is that what we talking about here?
No, I don't think.
I'm talking about taking your child to
again. Yes, again. Like,
is it our? I'd like to answer what we're talking about,
because maybe it's because I've traveled. Maybe it's because I've been to beaches in Italy and France and Spain where that's normal, and the kids are there, and it's normal because nobody's on that perverted shit. You know what I mean? It seems like a lot of these conversations are only had in America because we are so fucked up in the head as a culture.
No, or just because we're in America. Maybe it's cultural.
No,
Is that what I just said?
Not. What he's talking about. What he's talking about that we gotta give credence to. And again, Tarus, I like you have been around the world twice for free. Once as a Marine, once as a comedian. If I done fucked on every continent.
Dang.
If God sent a woman here, I done had some.
Then you better Subic Bay then, huh?
What's that?
I want to ask Tyrus a question.
Subic Bay, Long Post City. Oh yeah, been down there. So yes, what he is talking about is the hyper puritanical predilection that Americans have, and if you notice, they make up the list of the people who beat and grate children before they eat them. This is what he is discussing. He is discussing the fact that nudity in other cultures is not a big deal.
I get you. That's true.
He is discussing Genesis. When Adam and Eve came into the same knowledge as God, they saw themselves as naked and ashamed. You were taught that to be naked is to be naked and ashamed. Everybody ain't taught that. So you can't. I'm just calling balls and strikes because I actually agree with you, BMU, in my culture. Here's why I don't want to take my daughter or my young child to a nude beach. Because there is enough sexuality that they are exposed to from the giddy up everywhere else for me to have to prematurely, in my opinion, since this is my child, prematurely have to have conversations about what we see at a nude beach. That's me raising my child under my prerogative. But I understand what both of you are saying.
I just want to ask everybody this question real quick. This one question. There's 6 men on here, six fathers. Any of y'all took y'all kids to the nude beach yet?
No. Won't be happening.
Tarus, you done took your babies to the nude beach already?
Yeah, we went to Italy on vacation before. It was real fun.
Okay. I think if you would do that, I would hope, and Brother Joe said it, that the conversation must be had about the significance of what it is. Well, a lot of times in America, we just force our kids into stuff without explaining to them beforehand. If we'll do it, then they'll do it. It goes down even with relationships. We don't care. I want what I want. But again, Tarus, one of the best caveats for the future of young people to do, they need a father like you to be around. They need a father like Brother Anton. See, and that's where the dynamic come in at, because if the father's there, then we ain't got all this degenerate behavior, what we saying most men ain't doing, Tarus. And most men are probably join the military too.
But doesn't this space exist so that the men that unfortunately, through no fault of their own, because let's be clear, some men unfortunately lose the birth lottery, right? They get born to some ain't shit people.
Yeah.
Right. These sort of spaces do exist so that it's supposed to supplement it, if you will. I believe Uncle Jeff said that earlier. Or somebody up here said, mentioned like supplementing something in. And so this is why, Coach, I have to push back on a lot of these taboos, because unfortunately, we as Americans claim we want to be focused on things that are priority, but then we never discuss priority things. You see what I mean, Coach? Like, for example,
that's what I'm
you
saying.
and I can agree that cleaning up after ourselves and picking up the trash. We should have trash in the highways, right? On the side of the roads, right?
Right? See Canada.
That's true.
What'd you say, Uncle Jeff?
I said, see Canada.
Right.
Vancouver, clean as shit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Montreal too.
Go ahead. But no, he was going. Keep going. I'm sorry.
You'll have, Coach, in this country, we'll have half the country voting against some of those policies simply because they don't believe in climate change. And because they believe that climate change is a hoax, we shouldn't do anything to clean up anything. And so now, Coach, it's to the point where we as a species, because of our inaction, especially as Americans, are so disgusting that we now have a ring of trash orbiting our planet. NASA literally has to have a window schedule to launch so that they don't run into their own fucking trash. Right? And so when I'm talking about things like priority, when I'm talking about Coach, like, men should be talking about infrastructure. I don't care if you grew up with a dad or not. That pothole is still going to jack up your car just like it's going to jack up mine. That bridge collapsing is still going to cause us, if we even survive it, hella injuries, regardless of our parental background. So I need you guys to be focused on actual infrastructure building projects. But you know what they're focused instead on, Coach? They're focused on whether or not men are getting their nails painted. They're focused on whether or not the parents are worried about concussions. Coach, none of that shit fixes the potholes. Coach, none of that shit actually contributes to the labor market or the GDP. Coach, none of that shit prevents a war in Iran.
Tarus, can I jump in? Okay. Everything you're saying, I agree with, right? But I'll say it to you like I've said it to our pain when I listen to you, right? Your message is to those young bucks. You have young daughters, so your message is to those young bucks, and you have the fire that you can give it to them.
My message is to you, Coach, because you still got 20 years. You, Anton, Uncle Jeff, R. Payne, BMU, you guys still vote right alongside me. I'm talking to all y'all, man. Come on, bro. You acting like you're about to bite the dust tomorrow.
No. What I'm saying is, I done already paid my dues, right? I can get Tarus, what you saying? I would go to the men. I work with young men, felons, former drug dealers in the military, veterans. I work with that population, right? And the one thing that you can do is pass along the truth. Say, hey, you got a chance to be better based on what's going on because you're connected to the world. A lot of people ain't connected to the world. You've had to overcome some things, right? You've seen some things most men will never see. And you still have to come back, do what you had to do, start a family. You married 20-something years.
Going on 18.
But look at this. Most dudes for the past 18 years been playing. Most dudes for the past 18 years been raised by mostly women.
That's a platinum anniversary now.
So, yeah, so but you in that position is all I'm saying, brother. We all married, all old and ugly, right?
Yeah.
And Tyrus, I'm out of the work game. You in the work game. And those young cats coming up, they're getting it, but they don't have enough of you explaining it to them in that capacity. Is all I'm saying.
I know, Coach, but that's what I'm saying. Like the things that are, first off, I don't want to discount anything you're saying, but I understand you're saying that I can speak to younger people. But right now, Coach, we are going in a situation where it's negative. The dysfunction is affecting everyone at all age groups right now. Right. And so right now, like, Coach, unfortunately, I don't know if I can give the same advice to a young 20-year-old me right now, because the scenario is completely different. Coach, I don't have to compete against AI.
But listen, but again, you understand it. So it's not a competing against them, right? It's just giving them the best options, looking at all sides. Because Tyrus, would you, and I'll shut up with that, who you think is benefiting the best right now, men or women?
Men.
Exactly. Because men are they're getting in it together because they're being told by they partners. And when I say partner, they peers. You all in high school, you ain't good enough. I'm 20 years old. I'm just getting it together. And the brothers are getting it together. And the day of the feminist lifestyle in America, those days are almost over. When the Olympic, and I shut up. In 2028, whether y'all believe me or not, they're going to do a whole reset. After the Olympics pass, America's going to be it's going to be a lot different from what we see it today. And the brothers that take advantage of it now will have an opportunity. But
it is so hard to
AI is coming. AI is here.
And that's what I was saying, Coach. I can't compete. Like these guys, these young bucks coming up, they can't compete against AI. Of course, I'm not in competition with them. What I'm saying is the dynamic of how they're coming up is different. Because, Coach, now, like, for example, I have to have the conversation. Me and my wife are having the conversation now about home editions, because the reality is the economy's so jacked up. Our kids are most likely going to have to stay with us until they mid-adult years. And that's going to be across the country. What's crazy, Coach, right? And this is, I guess, to the point of the education, but this is the point where you can educate too, because in other countries, multi-generational homes is normal.
No, come on, boy.
In America.
Come on, man.
Mostly in America.
I agree.
You try to kick your kid out as soon as they turn 18.
There you go.
Most of the world, even in the rich European world, multi-generational homes are normal. But guess what? Even though I'm ready to have those conversations, the kids are still going to have that social stigma because society as a whole hasn't caught up yet.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Listen, let me just say, because I didn't say this, because I agree with you about the multi-generational people in the house, because that's how I did with my daughters, right? They stayed here. My youngest is 26, and she just moved out. I wish she was married, but she's not. They stayed with me right after college, got their jobs, and we invested their money, and they were compliant, right? So they didn't have to do a lot of stuff. So they're ready for the world. And so I think, that's my recommendation to any young people starting a family. Don't be so quick to kick your kids out, especially if they're on a straight and narrow.
What we're discussing here, gentlemen, and it's a bunch of shit, dude. Real fast as I can, Tyrus. I only use the Bible when I speak to you because I only take it as serious as the Marvel universe. Okay, so the same way I can teach how to Spider-Man. Okay, what you're suffering from, in my opinion, right now, is something I like to call Noah's disease. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with the story of Noah, the dude with the boat and the two animals by two. That dude.
Yeah.
Well, let's treat it like Greek mythology.
Okay.
Because Noah obeyed God, he was forced to listen to his friends, neighbors, and loved ones and other members of his family drown. He had to hear the animals that he did not put on his boat drown. There is a standard. We're not going to call it God. I don't know what you call it. Jesus, Allah, Joey bag of fucking donuts. I don't care what you call it. There is a standard that you are interested in, that you are passionate about. That standard and the bearing of it, bruh, you're going to have to watch your friends, neighbors, family members, and loved ones drown. And who that is for who will listen. This is what you're fighting with. What often gets confused by people your age and younger that you are dealing with there, young Jedi, is they confuse wisdom with access to information. The janitor got keys to the library, Doc. There's a difference. There are things, how old, if you don't mind me asking, how old are your babies?
17 and 15.
Bruh, at 17 and 15, if I had to put my money on it, them two are better than you online, are better than you at social media.
Yeah.
Are they wiser? Are they wiser? Not a fucking chance. Not a chance. Wisdom will always prevail, young Jedi. At some point, just like you have, those who come up behind you are going to figure out that 2 + 2 don't always equal 4, like it says here. And guess who they're going to have to turn to? To Ruth. So what you're going to have to do is the ones that will listen to you now, like you are listening now, that's your group, bro. You're going to have to listen to the rest of them drown and try to find a way to cry, but don't cry to stop. Cry to keep going toward your standard. And I'm going to leave it there.
That's too much pressure for him, man. It's too much
Who wants
pressure.
to go next on their final thoughts, man? Because we're going to get
Drop it on him, man.
Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, man, listen, man. Listen to Roos, man. I know you got a stress card over somewhere, man. I know you over stressed out today. I know you got one, man. I listen to you, man. I'm around veterans, man. So I do a lot, man, in my day. And I listen to Roos, man. As far as from what I see from you and what you talked about, you're on the right track, right? And you can't leapfrog to me. I just turned 58. I'll whoop you. Technically, if we were in my 36, wasn't nothing gonna stop me. Wasn't nothing. I wasn't gonna let a woman or a man that ain't connected to me and my baby go stop me. And you in that space, right? And you think about it. You talk about your personal experience, how it affect you. Think about the brothers who didn't go that route and the stress that they were under on the American streets. Right here on the American streets, seeing brothers taken out by brothers and the police. Right? So just and Tarus, they didn't get paid. You got paid for it. So that's a whole, like, it's like a whole little generation of brothers like you on the different sides, and everybody's finding their way. When you get close to 40, man, that wisdom bell be kicking you in the ass every day and night. I'm trying to tell you, but I'll say this. I would never look at it don't approach it from a fear base. I tell guys, man, when you down, don't ever approach it from a fear base. Or face it head on. So, because when you come out on the other side, you're a lot stronger. You're a lot wiser. And I respect all men up here, but no man can dictate to me how I become a better man. They can give me nuggets, and I'm a solution, so I'm gonna try all 5 of you. I take what our pain say, Uncle Joe, you, Anton. I listen, and if I can apply it somewhere, I'll apply it. If I can put it in my back pocket, I want that too. So 6 months, a year, I can pull on and be like, man, Taru said something cool. I can see how that's applied to my life. But a lot of that pick came from my father. He used to tell me the shit in the worst time. I don't want to listen to it, but he tell me. And I used to tell him one thing, and I said, the one thing he never talked to me about was a woman. So I asked him, I said, man, he said, man, what was I going to tell you when that woman take off her clothes and show you all that candy? You ain't gonna think about shit I said when you in there rocking it. And it all snapped together like, you know what, you right. But you know, ain't none of y'all thought about y'all mamas and daddies when y'all was getting the damn stuff. None of that shit they said.
When them panties drop, oh my God.
That's what you got, man.
No, this was a great discussion and everything. Different perspectives on the same aspect. To me, I just feel like when you have a guy who steps in because a particular male, and I'm saying male, because a man takes responsibility, males don't. You have when a man has to come in and take over when a male refuses to do his job or any other aspect, salute the brother and everything else. But my thing also I see is this. Instead of allowing the system to dictate how things can go, be the mature ones and work together, because you can have fathers and stepfathers who go do a much better job than the system. And then even though you may have that one ex that may have an issue with the father for whatever reason, but if the father and the stepfather can come up with a solution, that's even better. Plain and simple. And it's getting to a time we as men have to start putting our heads together for whatever reason. Because if we want to thrive, if we want to grow, sometimes we got to put our ego to the side, plain and simple. All right? You got two options. You can talk about getting things done or apply it and get things done. And if I can find some individuals, I'm not looking for a whole lot of individuals. All I need is one individual. If I can work with him and I can rock with him, I'm good. That's all I gotta say. Those are some words we're thinking about.
All right, Tarus, what's up, man? You up?
Yeah, man, it was great chopping it up with everybody tonight. My final thoughts are this. I need all of my guys to really find out who you are in a room by yourself. And then I want you to see if you're still that same person when you step out that room. And then I want you to step outside the door and see if you're still that same person when people are walking by you on the street. Then I want you to go to work, go to school, whatever it is you're doing, and see if you're still that same person around your coworkers, around your family and friends. Or do you start swapping up? Guys, to a fault, unfortunately, I grew up in a generation as a millennial who got to see not only cassettes, VHS, and DVDs, but merge completely into the digital world. I got raised by Gen Xers, and as much as people got smoke for Gen Xers, I hope you guys realize the reason I talk to you guys like that is because I do respect you, because, well, my parents raised me and I fucking love them. Right? My dad taught me, you guys say I'm smart. Well, that's because of my dad. You guys say I'm passionate. Yeah, unfortunately to a fault. It's because of my mom. And I love that, because I need my men to be as well-rounded. And guess what? At 38 years old, you're not going to be well-rounded still. Maybe when you get, hopefully, if you make it to where coach is, you're better well-rounded. Right now, I have to readily admit, I know I'm not well-rounded, and I know it's worse because I'm on the meds. But that being said, guys, please figure out who you are. Because as coach said, and I've said this before, a lot of you men out there are dealing with issues that I dealt with in deployment. A lot of you guys have unfortunately had to walk over dead bodies already. A lot of you guys grew up in a household that was hyper violent. Because the reality is a lot of our black and brown men grow up in environments where the death rate is higher than it was in the combat zone. That's an unfortunate reality that a lot of you men as civilians are going through. And because of that, your emotions get suppressed in an already hyper masculine world where you're not supposed to show any. Do the opposite. I know that's counterproductive, or that sounds counterproductive to some of you. I need you guys to do the opposite and figure out who the fuck you are, please. Those are my final thoughts.
Well, gentlemen, listen, we started out talking about stepdaddies and whether they're the most masculine men. And what the thing about these panels, we always go around robin. Some topics are better than the others, but I think if somebody brings up a topic, I think it's worth discussing. And the ones that aren't will fall by the wayside. So it was a good discussion tonight. I don't have anything to add, So Tarus, and he's got your Wednesday show. You got I guess the thumbnail will be put up. I have my show on Mondays at 7. And this last Monday was, what will we grade the black community, right? So the thumbnail was popping. So anyway, listen, I don't have anything profound to say other than we'll be back here flipping tables next week, hopefully. And you know what time it is. It's 9:30, I believe, Eastern. So with that, man, I'll say good night, man, for everybody. All right.